welcome everybody. Welcome to the CCC9 within the second day. And today we're gonna have a 4v4 coming around between Zone of Control and Suomi. We're just getting back into the lobby here because the first lobby somehow didn't have the BBG activated. Welcome a Flying Toilet. Good evening, sir, and welcome Salty Capybara. Guten Morgan, I believe. Yeah, guten Tag. I think it's the middle of the day, right? Welcome, and of course, thank you very much for joining, ma'am. Peter Rao, indeed, another day, another safe stream. Woo! Good times indeed. Ox Daniel, hello there, and good morning. Well, I know, it is, good day actually for me as well. It's around 2 o'clock right now, but I did wake up quite late because of course, late yesterday and so on and so forth. But anyway, I do hope you're gonna have a good time with us. It's 6 p.m. for you. Wow, 4 hours more than me. Wow, okay, well, I got it. Abraham Zero, good evening, sir, and welcome. And of course, we do have Checkmate Gaming. Good afternoon. Hello there, sir, and welcome. We do have quite a few results from yesterday, and we can talk about them really quickly. I do believe we have a bit of time, so I'm just gonna wait for them to get back into the lobby, and we can definitely jump into the results here. Let me take a look really quickly on the buttons. I need to click buttons so you guys can see. There we go. So we do have in the overall tab, oh my god, you guys can't see the overall tab. Okay, there we go. Let's put it up like this, and there we go. Now it should be visible. So we do have CCC actually, CIS coming up with 14 players. They do have 15 games under their belt and managed to score 934 points. Coming up next after them on the second spot, it's Cars with 818, 17 players, also 17 games. Less Sleep coming up with 18 and 17, 749 points. La Pegre is 719 points with 17 games as well. Zone of Control, today's team is 690 points with 16 games, but they do have 22 players, so I'm expecting quite a few to join the games. We're gonna need to see how many will manage to score the victories there. Suomi with 479 also right next to Zone of Control, and of course we do have them with 16 games on their belt. KC with 419. We got Team Brazil coming up over here with 415. Civ Germany with 398. Sea Dogs 344. Dogs of YH Love 324, and HOK 259. I do want to point out we do have in the standings, in the per group, or I should say per discipline standings, we do have FFAs, CIVSIS leading the way with 514 points. In the 4v4s, we do have the Dogs of YH Love on 190. 2v2 standings, CIVCIS again coming up with 150. In the dual standings also, we do have them leading the way, tied with Cars with 120 points. MVP per clan at the moment it's Jack the Reaper coming up with 245 points. Zone of Control has Task for Fish 223, and CIVSIS Alpha Somets 199, and then of course we do have them in order over here. You can, by the way, you can check out these scores using the command !CCC9. It is live right now on the channel, so you can always check out this page, these results. They are updated live on this page. You might need to actually do some F5, some refreshes, so it does get all of the information back. You also have on the same page the rosters, the matches, the pools, and so on and so forth. You can see all of the information of the tournament over here. Big props, big shout out to Mamaleto that did manage to get us this template. Amazing template to use for our standings. Okay, we do have the players coming up over here deciding on an auto ban when they decide on Babylon plus Monks. They don't want to play with Babylon or the Monks. And of course, it's quite sad that we didn't see them yesterday, but it is what it is. It looks like both teams did agree on banning Babylon and the Monks. Now, we do have the start of the map pool choices. This is the CWC draft, exactly like the CWC is gonna do. And we're gonna have them, of course, go through the map pool choice over here. It looks like 7 Seas, Inland Sea, Pangea, and Continents and Islands are gonna be the choices for today. Okay, Inland Sea got taken out, 3 more to go, and they are definitely thinking about what to do. Big change up over here in Zone of Control. We got Synth, Chuck, Pulp, and Noob64. Pope did join Zone of Control for this tournament, and that is a big addition coming up for the Zone of Control. We've seen her yesterday play with Japan in the Ironman. And I do believe we're gonna see a good game today as well from her. We do have 7 Seas coming up on this map, 7 Seas again, but this is gonna be a 4v4, a much smaller map. It won't be large or huge, I should say. 7 Seas coming up as the map, okay. Did you think Rome won yesterday's scrap match? What do you mean, did I think? Did I predict Rome? Yes, from the spawn. It was a high likelihood. I think I called it out yesterday around 65-70% to get the win. But I think it would have been much harder if the game would have gone on. I think for him it would have been much harder to go for the late game. There are quite a few other things happening throughout the map that would have added pressure on him to get the win. So I don't know. I'm sometimes in the late game it's very hard to know who's actually gonna win, especially when the nuke starts falling with tanks and artilleries. The moves matter so much, and in that particular game we had so many players that were extremely experienced for the late game. So it was I think it was between the first 4 it was anyone's game. Kanichka also, hello there sir, and welcome. Let me actually see if I have everything here. I do need to click on a button so I can turn off no, not this, turn off the background. There we go. And of course we can go into the map pool choices. I do have to point out, I do have to apologize for Potato not showing up early in the morning. He had an urgent stuff to do, an urgent matter to handle, and he said he's gonna join us a little bit later. So of course we're waiting for him to give us his insights about what's going on, and of course to hear a little bit from the famous Potato MC Whiskey. Also I agree, I think Rome took top 1, not truly. Well, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Again, it's kind of hard to predict something like that, especially without the game being played out. I usually do prefer to see them being played out rather than make assumptions, if that makes sense. Anyway, activate bans, active bans. We do have Rome, we got Maori taken out, looks like Spain, and Mali coming up in the ban phase. Since this is the 7 Seas, I was expecting actually a few more of these nations with naval powers on them. We will probably see Victoria. We might see Norway show up as well. These are nations that will definitely make quite a bit of splash on the stream. Well, we'll see. On the game, I would say Japan coming up 5th, and of course Japan is one of the most liked civilization, most played by Pulp. Norway also coming up in the 6th ban. I am thinking maybe Pulp is gonna want to go Lotaro at some point, or even Synth. Both of them do really like Mapuche. So we might see some Lotaro action, even though it did pick up quite a bit of a nerf over there. It still has the +5, but it lost that amazing ability of the Malon Raider to pillage a lot of tiles. Hello there, bonjour Afifi, welcome sir. We got Victoria coming up first, immediately picked up by Synth, and then we do see, of course, the next up, Jokis and Tadrak will be the ones picking up Forum Suomi. Eleanor is here in Indonesia and Australia too. Yes, there are quite a few open civilizations for them to pick from, and of course Eleanor of Aquitaine did get picked up by Jokis. Tadrak needs to pick up the second one. He's going to go immediately for Dido, and I'm actually surprised, as you've seen yesterday, you can pick on the 7 Seas nations that can definitely stay on their own on the land. So we might see something picked up just on the land, maybe some Zulu, maybe some Persia. Hungary also could be interesting choice, as the 4v4 is much different as a dynamic because of the team setup versus the Iron Man. We will see them of course get a little bit of a different pick over here for the civilizations, or I should say different favorites for this. You need to be careful. my cat is standing right next to the window, and he wants to topple something. I'm sure of it. He wants to topple something. I'm sure. We might hear some loud noise from behind. Anyway, Jack is gonna go for Lotaro, of course. That might be either Synth or Paul playing one of them. Of course, they definitely like Lotaro. On the seas, Lotaro is well known for the +5. It's very good civilization to play with. So we will probably see them not be shy of the coast, which is good. Especially against the civilizations that are going for the golden age. He's gonna have that +5, so definitely a good addition to his empire. We do have now the next ban phase, and of course quite a few other civilizations still remain here. One of them would be Australia, that you called it out earlier. We might see some tundra civilizations also taken out. There is definitely Canada. There is also Russia. There we go. Russia we got taken out. I was thinking of Canada for Noob. Noob actually, if I'm not mistaken, was he Mali, and then he had another civilization that he really likes. Maybe the Gauls. The Gauls. They didn't take out the Gauls. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the Noob is gonna go for, but definitely that might be one of his choices. Okay, there we go. Just starting up quickly, starting up. Whew, man, I need to wake up a little more. Whew, yeah, let's go. Need the coffee in my system. Okay, so 3 more bands to go. Looks like they are. Oh my god, they didn't pick one. Okay, they didn't care about it. Yeah, they didn't care about it. They went for Scythia. Okay. So Synth went for Scythia. Oh, I do remember one time that she played actually Scythia, and it was so confusing. Oh my god. When I was saying I needed to say Synth is playing Scythia. Oh man, the pronunciation. Synth is telling us that she was brushing her teeth. Thank you for letting me write that in. Okay. We do have, by the looks of it, Hungary taken out as the 9th choice, and one last band remaining. Then they're gonna go for the next 4 civilizations, and of course we're gonna see how that will end up on. And yep, we got Canada. They didn't go for Canada. They banned Zulu, and Uranfish is gonna pick up Wilfred Laurier. And yes, indeed, Gorgo is here. Wilfred Laurier is also a choice, and it got picked up immediately. Pulp is gonna go for John Curtin. That's Australia, of course, with an amazing timing. If she does manage to get that nice and juicy, breathtaking land, she's gonna have those caravels pre-turn 50, which is gonna be amazing. They do need to give the goal to them, so yeah, that's definitely something. Good morning, Sivkon Vugurov. Hello there, sir, and welcome. Chuck still plays Canada. Well, I think so. And also Star Spanky. Bună ziua, domnule. This is way too early in the day. You will hear from my lawyer. It is early in the day, man. It is early in the day, indeed. And Noob 634 is gonna go for Pericles, not Gorgo, Pericles. Looks like they do want to go for some culture defense here, of course, against Wilfred Laurier. We might see them needing to do that properly, and who better than Pericles to get a lot of culture. We're gonna definitely need to see also if they do manage to get some tourism on them. Maybe they do get the opportunity to push their culture on their opponents, get that culture victory. Pupu Mestari going for Kublai Khan China. It does look like from both teams we do have a really strong setup. Please don't forget to turn off tournament draft. Oh, he did. Okay, never mind. Good luck, have fun. They've taken Vicky first. Yeah, it was immediately taken out. Since was first picking Vicky, like there was no other nation. Portugal not getting banned or picked on the seven seas. Yeah, exactly. Portugal is out of the meta at the moment. Looks like the players don't consider it too big of a problem anymore, even though I would love to see some more of it. We did have a nerf with its trade routes a little while ago, and it looks like it's still it fell off favor very quickly. It's up there for slot. Yes, indeed. They need another naval ship other than Aussie. They do have. So let's see. Since has Victoria, we got Nobo on Pericles, we got Polp on John Curtin, and Chuck on Lotaro. I think, of course, Lotaro can be coastal as well, so I wouldn't take him out as an option. Then on the other team, we do have, I think, a few. The same balance. We got Eleanor of Aquitaine and Dido on the seas, and then Wilfred Lorian and Kublai Khan China. That Kublai can do coastal as well. Of course, we're gonna need to see how Wilfred and Pericles are gonna balance each other out when it comes to that culture. Someone hello there sir, and welcome. Well, thank you so much for the follow. Norway not so strong since they canceled the healing ability. It's a pretty pacifist composition, except Mapuche. That will be a long game. Yeah. The healing ability was amazing, but still it can it showed up in the ban phase. By the way, it was the 6th ban today, and I do believe it is quite strong in any case. Let me actually do something over here, because I do want to take a look at my messages. There we go. I think so. Should be fine. Kublai can do a mid-game attack.
Hi Michael, good luck with this weekend's Civ Marathon. Thanks for the streams on Spot Clap.
Thank you so much, Floyd, for the prime. Much appreciated, sir. Much appreciated, sir. First sub of the month. Woo! Thank you, sir. Thank you. You can't queue outside of your border with Norway? No. Now it's... you can't do it anymore. I believe it's in... you can't do it in ocean land. Let me actually double check that. I think they took out the ocean ability. You gain the ability after researching and even heal in neutral territory if they are on coast. So this is the thing. They need to be on coastal, on the shallow water tiles. They don't get it in the ocean tiles anymore. Alright, so let's see. We got in the top left corner, we got Australia coming up with Pulp. I do see her getting actually very good land. Oh my god, this is amazing land. Pulp is gonna have a lot of good campuses around here, and of course I do see her with quite a few reef fish as well. This is also breathtaking, by the way. Unfortunately didn't get a reef fish next to it. Quite a bit of land for her to settle on the west side, and on the east side on all of this coast. She's gonna be next to Mapuche, so they will get to trade with each other. Even Mapuche can put a coastal city, and they could get those coastal trade routes going. Let me actually get one of these, because I think I need to get something for my I want to say for my throat, because I speak so much. Sometimes it's itchy. It's a good adjustment. Yeah. Okay. On Chuck, we do have a Gulumapu coming up with a scout next turn. It looks like he's gonna get quite a few mountains on the west side to get that breathtaking appeal, and we do have him with quite a bit of coast on the east side. He's not coastal, so he's gonna be going out of his way to actually get those coastal cities going, and of course get units out of them. Phoenicia on the east side is gonna be on this coast, and he is an enemy that will be a problem. It will definitely be a problem when it comes to settling city on the coast. The Barims will already have a +5 on him, and of course I think there is a possibility for Czech to go on the land against Phoenicia. We're gonna need to see if Phoenicia is gonna go over these mountains to the west side, or he's gonna stay on his side. Pericles coming up with Athens. Wait, why didn't he settle his coffee? Interesting. I would have thought he's gonna actually settle that coffee tile. Maybe he did settle turn 2, he moved those coast or something, and he didn't wanna go turn 3 or something. Interesting. Anyway, he's still gonna work that coffee at 2-2-1, and of course I do see him benefiting from quite a few other 2-2s around his capital in the first ring, second ring as well. I do see him also benefiting from interesting cities on the other side. He does have Canada right next to them. How, oh my god, how is this unbelievable? Unbelievable. It is, they are so close. They're gonna get to fight each other on land as well as in the culture. Okay, it is what it is. Canada over here has a massive amount of tundra to benefit from. 2 wonders even, also Delicate Arch and Piotahi spawning next to Canadian land. Does have 1-2 deer tiles in the capital, and I do see, of course, he's gonna have quite a few others outside. I see one here. I see also a truffle tile to the west side, 2 truffle tiles to the west side, and quite a few reapers on the east. I think the land actually kind of forces him to go and settle more eastwards for these mountains, for the fresh waters, and of course all of that forest that he has over there. Okay, not bad land, definitely not bad land for Pupu Mestari. I wouldn't actually call it a good land for Goddess of the Hunt, though. He will need to figure out some form of other pantheon, because this is just not gonna be as powerful as he would want. Isn't Eleanor a bit unbalanced with her yields according to the district in the city per Great Works? I'm curious about chat's opinion. I think so. I think so, yes. Eleanor, 100% unbalanced. Extremely surprising that it actually doesn't get banned anymore. I call it, I really like to call it Coupe effect. It just takes a while until a lot of players figure out that Eleanor is a bit too OP, and until that time the players that know it's OP will get to benefit from her. You know. Draw starting, Ottawa starting resources is important to check. Yes. I wish I get many times when playing Canada. Yeah, exactly. Eleanor will have this inland sea to go for. He will also have this ability to go for the northern sea. That's going to allow him to get coastal trade routes with Phoenicia. Very important. That's going to be a lot of gold to go for. Of course, we do have Ural Fish coming up over here with quite a few tiles to the south, and I do see him getting a settler in 4. Very good mountains, a 2-3 deer tile. I really like this. Oh my god, +4 campus in the capital. Needs to go right now, if he wants to go for it, needs to go right now for campuses. Otherwise, if he does discover animal husbandry, that horse will ruin his day. Well, it is what it is. He has another +4 and +5 between the mountains over there on the east side on the cold tile, so might as well benefit from that. We are turn 8. Let's quickly check out Beijing. And of course, wait for them to get a hold of this. I do want to mention, I didn't see the notification, but I don't think I mentioned it. Paul did manage to get a relic, and of course, she's making 4 faith a turn at the moment. Hello, Mardonier. Good evening. Good day to you, sir. Yes, this is the 7 Seas. Okay, let's see what they want to go. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Should they remap this or not? Actually, Kublai Khan China has a lot of settles to go for. I see Synth with Victoria is going to have Halong Bay to the west side. Quite a bit of coast to settle on the east. And of course, coastal trade routes to Canberra. Not bad, not bad. She also will have the ability to settle a city, connection city to the east side. On either one of the dice tile or exactly where the scout is. Left team will remap. That's Suomi. Okay. Oh, that's actually a good point. I can put their names here. Suomi. Bam. Yeah. Looks like actually Zone of Control wanted to go for the remap here. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe they didn't have, of course, that much vision. But anyway, we're gonna see a remap started right now, and we're gonna go into the new one. Yeah, we're gonna have to ask them right after the game exactly why they remap. Of course, we're gonna find that answer at that moment. Maybe Victoria didn't want to settle on the right side of the lake, but why though? You know, that wasn't that bad land. Anyway, maybe she didn't see anything, you know, eye-catchy.
The Stone Age. To man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization.
Okay, let's see the next map. What do we have here? Okay, Australia with a pulp. She's gonna have the northeast. Is this the same amount, the same quality land? A little less, actually. I would say a little less breathtaking tiles. A lot of floodable terrain here to the north. That's a bit unfortunate. 2-2 base, but she does have a sheep tile that's gonna be smack on. Oh, I like this though. I like this. I really like this actually. 2 mountain tiles with a reef tile and then a breathtaking point. That's easy peasy +7 over there. Amazing campus. I think Pulp is just gonna settle in place and go for it. Actually, no, settle in place. She could go for the T tile. That's what I wanted to say. Much closer to that iron tile. I'm pretty sure she sees what's there. She doesn't see, or she shouldn't see the. Oh no, never mind. It does. She does. So she knows about this. She knows about this placement. Moving on the T tile might actually make it worth. Now she does have to move away from one of the pastures, so that might be big no. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a lot of pastures all over the territory, only 2 of them to work, and yeah, she did go for the 2-2 base. Does have another one to the northeast, but it's very, very far away. So this is not going to be one of those, oh my god, Australian production kind of spawns. Oh well. I see also Beijing Jokis is going to have the eastern side of Australia coming up here. Bit unfortunate for China is the fact that Canberra is going to get later on those unique units of his and will manage to punch through China's land quite easily. Of course, we're going to need to see if Beijing is going to manage to get enough stats to defend against this. Yeah, we do have in the south also England coming up with Sheffield. A lot of patches. This should have been actually Australia's land. 3 patches in the capital, 2 of sheep tiles, 1 horse tile, banana whale tiles. Very nice spawn coming up from Ural fish. Diggers so late, yes, so late, but they're so hard to take care of. I think barely tanks can hold them, if I remember correctly. We're gonna have them reloading because of the map, because of the desync. Unfortunately, this happens. Yeah, they can beat tanks on coastline. Yeah, they are so hard to take care of. One second, need to respond on YouTube to a comment. Jamik, hello there. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words, sir. You're my favorite commentator ever, not just him, but all of the stuff I have ever seen commented. Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Let's see if I have 0ms. 0ms, no 0ms. Only check missing. Okay, so we got Chuck joining. I see Joke is just rejoined, so he fixes his 0ms with Pulp. They didn't see each other. Okay, so we get to start this. I heard you on the Mexican and was I'm gonna go check this guy out. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I do have to say I'm so grateful to Potato for the help, of course, for him being in the community, for the help that he did, the big shout outs and so on and so forth. It's just wow. Thank you so much. As a streamer growing up, it's so important to get some form of help from the bigger guys, and Potato is so big. Amazing guy, also amazing. Hello there, guy Daisuke. Good morning, sir. Good day to you, sir. Yes. We're just waiting for Jokers to click that button, and we're gonna go in. We're gonna start loading. We did have remap vote going on, and Giant Floyd yesterday was really fun. I hope you collab with him again this week. Yes, actually he should have been here with this game as well. He just had an emergency to take care of, and I'm waiting for him to join. I hope he's actually gonna join. He said I told him that he can jump in anytime. It should be fine. Let me actually move to a channel that is common to us. So there we go. Emergency is emergency. You can't do it. He needs to deal with something. So if he wants to share it, he's gonna share it. I don't want to share it for him. I don't want to speak out of place. We do have Sheffield coming up with Ural Fish Scout in 3, and of course we do have him with a +4 harbor in the capital. He definitely has quite a bit of land to settle, and I do like the fact that he's gonna get to trade with China somehow. Either China moving on the west coast or him moving on the east coast. The biggest problem, of course, will be Australia. That's gonna be quite hard for Ural Fish to take care of, especially since Canberra does have that amazing ability to get that science up so fast. We're gonna need to see how Ural Fish is gonna deal with it, and of course we've seen him yesterday play very well with Victoria. I do think he made a few mistakes, got a little bit too I would say too complacent, I believe it's the correct word, in his sim, but now we're gonna need to see if this is gonna be it. Is this the first attempt or the reroll? This is a reroll. The first reroll, as in Zone of Control, did use the remap token. We got Greece coming up here on the east side. Looks like he's gonna have a scout in 3, and I do see him benefiting from bananas. Only one hill available for him to use. That's a bit, a bit too. Ew. He does have multiple bananas on the east side. That's gonna be nice. I see the 3-2 tiles showing up over here, and from what I can see also to the northeast we do have Mapuche on the same land. They are from the same team. They will get to trade with each other, which does mean Tadrak is going to be on the receiving end of some of those melons maybe. We do have Greek hoplites and melons, so that can be a powerful combination going against Phoenicia here. Oh well, Phoenicia is going to have I guess a hard time. Phoenicia is also on the same coast as Victoria. So again, another enemy to take care of, to defend against. But I do like his pawn when it comes to the initial cities. He does have the fish tiles, the reef fish tiles to the north, a lot of stone in the south, and I do see him benefiting from both strategic resources. We do need to see how he's going to develop his cities on the coast, and of course he does have a limited coast coming up on the east over here to the southeast. Only 3-4 cities can be settled, while of course if he does manage to settle these islands in the middle, he's going to come creep closer to England, which is going to be a problem. Canada this time, I don't know, man, about this one. Looks like he's going to have fertiles, and he's gonna have a deer tile in the capital. Does have actually 2 deer tiles in the capital, but one is not in the tundra. I do see him this time with an option to go for Goddess of the Hunt. This looks like a good land for him. He also has the option to go for religious idols. Does have 3 copper tiles that could be improved in the capital. And did he just buy a scout? Wait, really? Oh yeah, they bought him a scout. Okay, they really... Okay, so he's going builder first, so they bought him a scout. Makes sense, makes sense. Oh, wait, what the... Okay, there we go. We do have him with an ability to go settle northern coast for those trade routes with Phoenicia, but he is gonna expose himself to the boats of England. I don't think he's going to want to do that. He's probably going to want to stay in the tundra and keep on simming to the west side. Does even have Torres del Paine in the tundra, but only 2 hills and 1 forest that could be improved. That's about it. I'm pretty sure he's going to try to go a few coastal cities to the south, at least get some housing, while he's going to get the benefits of multiple fertiles. Really curious what is he going to go for. I think I would assume he's gonna go for Goddess of the Hunt, looking at his builder opening and of course his deer tiles. Especially after he saw those 4 tiles, that would be his pantheon. Looking at also the north over here, we do have Victoria coming up with a settler in 6. Looks like she's gonna have quite a few cities to settle north, but unfortunately only 1 city will be easily settled on the rice tile to the south. Not a bad city, definitely with the banana with the stone tiles could be worked nicely. We got a relic this time on Pupus Mestari, that's Wilfred Laurier, and he's gonna get immediate. Oh my god, he's gonna have such a fast opening with the Goddess of the Hunt here. Very nice, very nice. A relic is gonna give him 4 faith a turn, and of course he's gonna grow quite nicely. Now we do have London with quite a few cities to settle on the north on this peninsula. He's gonna need to discover shipbuilding if he wants to go there, if she wants to go there. And of course I see +4 Royal Navy dockyards here and there, and I do see quite a few mountains. Gonna be close to Pulp as well. I think they are gonna share probably the northern coast. Does look like it's gonna be enough land for both. And of course I do see England can actually move on the land to get the cities to the south. It's just gonna be a bit longer than usual, and it's gonna be a challenge. Tadrak here is gonna have definitely a challenge, and this is the big question: will we have them remap this or not? Because they got a relic, they got relatively good spawns. The only bad thing about this spawn, for example, for England, is Australia is on the same coast. That's about it. China is gonna have good spawn also. Well, good-ish spawn, definitely workable. Freshwater from a river, from what I can see. It has a river to the southeast, mountains to the north, quite a bit of coast to settle. Not gonna be shy to stay off coast. But yeah, there we go. Go remap. They're calling it out. So 2 remaps it is. We got 2 remaps. We're probably gonna see them how to say see them relobby anyway. Oh, I think I need to finish that prediction, right? Yep. And submissions. Wow, nobody put in the okay, I see, it's fine. Just gonna delete it then. And start up the prediction. Who will win? It's Suomi on one side, zone of control on the other. And of course we got 30 minutes to look at this. Watch Kublai not get friendly to trade next map. Yeah. The trade routes actually on this map were very good between them. And you've seen how much it matters when one of them has trade maps to go for and the other team doesn't. Oh man, I'm getting invaded here.
To man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your
Stink
greatest
bug,
quest.
the season of the stink
Early
bugs.
cradle of
They're everywhere. Okay, new map. Probably gonna have a relobby, but it is what it is. I'm not even sure if I should start talking before the relobby or not, but anyway, it's gonna take a while, so let's go for it. And we got Ural Fish on the west side this time. He's gonna have Vilnius relatively close to him, and I see Antananarivo, but I don't see immediately somebody to go against. Okay, he's not actually going. Oh my god, this is so much for him to not have an enemy. Okay. We're gonna have the two Englands go against each other. You've seen England over here, Victoria, and I think, oh my god, this is it. On Australia, okay, Australia. So England and Australia will go against Eleanor. Well, this makes sense, right? We got an overpowered nation here, Eleanor, England, and on the other side we got Victoria and Australia. Makes sense. A 2 versus 1 going around. Ural Fish is gonna have to deal with both of them, and of course I do see him benefiting from a possible 3-1 sheep tile to settle on. He could just settle in place, and of course get a 2-2s working, and he did just that. Has a very good city to settle to the north, a rice tile, and of course a silt tile to work. I see a lot of course for him to go for over here. This whole peninsula is going to be nice. He does have Phoenicia also on the east that will allow Phoenicia to actually get some cities to the northwest. I wanted to say initially that he can get like a connection city, but he can't. There is like no one tile choke over here to actually go for, and of course he will probably need to wait until he's gonna get those canals to build one. That is gonna be a bit of a challenge, but it is what it is. And I do see, of course, Phoenicia does have a 2-2 base. Looks like he did move forward from a 2-1 forest to a 2-2 base. He's gonna have sheep tiles and quite a few other. Okay, there we go. 3-1-1 fish. Okay. I don't like his coast. Like, I like his land. Don't get me wrong. I like second cities, but I like the second cities on the inland rather than I like them on the seas. So, anyway, he's gonna have at least 3-4 cities over here on this puddle. He's gonna have the 3-2 bananas to work. Quite a few other lakes to go for on the east side, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to also put the connection on the east to maybe trade with China. China is relatively close on the east of Phoenicia. They are allies. They will get to trade with each other. And also, by the looks of it, China is going to have all of this inland sea for himself. Nobody here to deal with. That's going to be nice. Nobody's going to be north, but he doesn't have an opening to the southern coast. And I do see, oh my god, this is actually quite bad for Noob. He does have a good guts of the heart. Oh, this is amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deer tiles. 6 deer tiles for Noob. And we got a desync, mass desync coming up from the remap. Oh, I'm expecting a quick relobby here. It's quick and painless. Yep, there we go. Quick and painless. What can I say? Rip that band-aid off. I want to see Canada's land. We didn't get to actually take a look at Canada's land. This is a big question. Big question. What does that land look like? Maybe he doesn't have his trademark camps. Or maybe he will. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna need to rejoin. Just waiting for more people to join. Okay, let's go now. Hello there, Haley. Hello there. Good evening. Good day to you, sir. You know this prediction isn't going to be close. Is it? Is it? Ah, come on. Both of them. Curtis Love, both of the teams went for a remap. They spent the remap tokens within the last and final map. And you think it's not gonna be close? Come on, Haley. Like, what is this? I guess it might be my fault. I think I need to cover Suomi a few more times. Try to get more games with them. They are very cool guys. Very cool, very cool. One Suomi equals 10 ZoCs. You heard it here first. EV. Hello there, and welcome, sir.
Stirrings of life beneath water.
It's just Claudio. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the stream. We're going in right now into the game, Suomi versus Zone of Control. This is coming up from the CCC9 with the Clan Championship Cup. If you are interested in the results till now, just use exclamation mark CCC9 and you're gonna get the link towards to the spreadsheet that we're using. A big shout out to Mamoleto for doing it. Amazing work. Okay, Canada. Is it gonna be good? What do you think, guys? I'm not gonna click. Come on. Is it gonna be good Canada land or bad Canada land? That's what I'm saying. Good or bad? Can we get a few lines in the chat over here? Good or bad Canada? Good or bad Canada? Bad Canada. Oh no, JV, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, much appreciated. Good Canada, decent Canada. Oh man, okay, good Canada, decent Canada. This is actually, we got all of the options on the table. What is this? Who's gonna win? Oh, this is good Canada land. Come on, this is good Canada land. Potato showing up, let's go. Yes, the game has only begun. Yes, indeed, let's go. I am in the casting channel, by the way, Potato. Let me actually open up everything and let me. You got right on time.
Godlike timing, Michael.
Exactly. Oh my god, right on time. After the remaps, after everything, the game has started. We're doing this.
You know, in my dreams last night, I had a dream that, you know, there would be a bunch of remaps, people would get bad starts, there would be bugs, relobbies, and I knew I would just arrive perfectly on time.
It's fine. We can do this if this actually is easier for you. We can definitely do this more often. As in, I go through the hard times, you know, through the remaps, the relobbies, and so on, and you just pop in exactly at the right time.
You know what? I wouldn't mind it, to be honest with you.
It's all good.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get my stream up on YouTube and be ready to cast with you there, buddy. 1 second.
Okay. So looking at Canada's land, we were just talking about how good this is. We got 4 deer tiles, 5 deer tiles in the capital with geothermals, more deer tiles to the southwest, and I do see it also with more deer tiles to the northwest. Good freshwater cities, very far away from everybody, a lot of mountains. This is gonna, oh my god. Look at this. Everything is breathtaking. He doesn't even need to improve it so he can get those national parks. Oh my god, unbelievable. Now let me actually put up on the screen over here the co-castanet. There we go. Potato MC whiskey. There we go. Preserves. Yes, all natural, coming up from Canada. Exactly, all natural. I didn't want to take a look at Mapuche here, and Gulumapu is going to have his own honey tiles to work with, and I do see him with quite a few rivers to the south, to the southwest. I do also notice he is going to have Jerusalem to take out as a city-state, and it doesn't look like he's going to have an enemy to go against. This might be actually quite a bad thing for Chuck. He's going to need to sim, and he doesn't look like he's going to have amazing sim land for Mapuche. Not that many breathtaking appeal tiles. Australia. 1, 2 patches in the capital, a 2-1 base, a +4 harbor. I see he's gonna have okay, +3 is this. I think this is a +3, right? Campus, he only gets +1 from the charming, not +3. A 3 to banana, that's gonna be nice, and we're gonna need to see how he's gonna try to improve this land. This is not gonna be ideal land for Australia, but definitely can be worked, especially later on with those outbacks. This is gonna be nice. The biggest thing is the war coming up. We might have a technical remap here. We might have a technical remap. Didn't lose population, but I think in the first tiles, when you do get this, I think you might be entitled to a remap. I guess Australia is gonna have to work around this. Just going for the horses. Okay, I see. She's ignoring this. So they're not asking for it. They're not asking for a technical. From what I can see, maybe they will, maybe they're not, but it looks like they're not. Victoria coming up with multiple sheep tiles. I do see the honey tiles also to the west side. 3 possible camps in the capital, a turtle tile, a +3 harbor, and I do see to the northeast and to the southwest quite a few cities for him to settle. This is gonna be also Rapa Nui, an easy city to take out, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to ask actually, does he need to? No, I don't think they don't need to. They can trade with Canberra. I think both Pulp and Synth can trade with each other. It's fine. Hello, Pizza Lord, and good day to you, sir. Yeah, they are okay. Like extended policy cards, which are very useful. Yeah. Giant Flood, also on related note, are mods beside BBG, BSM, and are allowed on multiple. Sometimes some players use external policy cards. They are allowed, so any mod in the CPL community, any mod that can be played with, of course, if the players want to play with, they will be allowed to. Unfortunately, because of how the connection issues are actually rampant in the community, players do frown upon having other mods. Basically, you need to be paying attention to have everybody in the lobby have the same mods. If they have the same mods, it's all good. If somebody doesn't have the same mods, it might lead to desync issues, disconnects, FireSys crashes, and so on, which is kind of a big no-no.
Good afternoon.
Polush, hello, and good day to you, ma'am. How are you doing this evening? This day, actually, this weekend. How is your weekend? Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Much appreciated. It's a shame CQY isn't in the list because the default interface is really bad. Okay. I'm not sure what improvement CQI brings, but I actually like this interface. But oh well. I really want to watch. There we go. Goddess of the Hunt coming up for Canada. Amazing, amazing. This is gonna be unbelievable. 4-4-2 tiles, 4-3-2 tiles over here. It's gonna have 5 of these camps in the capital. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Really, bro? This is gonna be insane. He's already on 11 production, more than everybody else, and he didn't upgrade everything. Wow, okay. Got a builder from Caguana. Caguana's warriors are struggling to get back their builder. That's not gonna happen. Potato, yes, Potato is here. It's just he has a little bit of
setting up my stream, and I'm just about to be ready to join you, Michael. Sorry about that,
There we
guys.
go.
Sorry I was late, but I am here now on time.
Yeah, very good, very good. People are asking
And
you
listen, I
for
don't know
your
why you
mind.
guys were asking for me. I'm just here to add a little, little
Man,
color commentary.
you
Michael's
can-
the main guy.
yeah, well, yeah, but in the background you hear potato, potato. You know?
All I hear is on spot, on spot.
Amazing, amazing. Well, we're gonna have quite a bit of a game over here, man. And we got good civilizations with good spawns all over the place. We got them setting up for a coastal battle with naval battle. Looks like Mapuche can do some tiers on his opponents. We might see a culture game going on as well. This is gonna be quite something.
Interesting.
Man, you're gonna love this Canadian spawn. You're gonna love this.
Yeah. I'm loving that we're already seeing Temple of Artemis coming up. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's coming up from Greece. Noob is trying to take that away from Canada. Actually, it's very surprising Canada didn't go this time for Temple of Artemis.
Yeah, because that feels like for Canada, you go for Goddess of the Hunt and you immediately go for Temple of Artemis, like almost every time, right? That's like a Canada thing to do.
Yeah, Noob is even chopping his deer tiles to get the Temple of Artemis. How is this a good thing? Wow, okay.
Oh, I see. He's chopping the woods off of them, but he's leaving the deer in place.
Yeah.
So he can still have the camp. Oh, that's very clever. Very, very, very clever. I love to see that sort of stuff.
I know, but still, these are not gonna be good tiles to work. Well, I guess he's gonna get like look how many deer tiles he has. This is unbelievable. 6 like deer tiles around his cities. Amazing.
Jesus. And there's also an extra pasture there too with the horses. But man, I think a 2 food, 2 production, and a little bit of gold on a deer tile. You could do worse, you know? You
Yeah,
could do
for
worse.
sure. And I think he's definitely looking at this volcano, and he's like, okay, well that deer tile is gonna be lavad, so maybe not go there. It's fine. Just chop it as fast as possible. Get it there. You might not get a second chance to do this.
That's true, because when the lava erupts, it gets rid of the woods. That's right. I didn't even think about that, Michael. You're so smart. I need you in like my backseat when I'm playing Civ, so you can remind me of all these things. Good God.
Off microphone somewhere. You know?
So tell me this. I'm coming into the game slightly late because I was a little bit late to the show. And you've probably done a review of all the player start locations. Whose start location do you like the most right now?
At the moment, Canada. I love Canadian spawn. He already got Goddess of the Hunt. Has 3 of these improved. Look at the tiles, 4-3-2s, 4-4-2, 4-3-2, and then
Good God.
he's gonna get another 2 of these to improve. Like really? Oh my God! With geothermal fissures, 4 extra adjacency towards campuses, nailed from Caguana, one of these builders, and he's gonna start improving with that builder more tiles. And now he just needs to be careful to keep his warrior alive. Other than that, I do see him going for a holy site. The biggest thing that I want to point out here, we got a 2v2 on the seas, 2 versus 1 that will probably turn into a 2v2. We got England, Victoria, with Australia to the south, that will need to go against England, Eleanor, coming up over here. And it looks like there is a possibility for Phoenicia to keep on settling the northwest, but he's not. So he's gonna leave all alone England over here for to take on both of those opponents. That is gonna be quite a problem.
Yeah, interest going up there to contest that coastal area. And it looks like England's going to have the run of the seas.
Yeah. Well, I think the Seas might win because Australia over here usually is extremely well known for getting very, very fast caravels. I think the last time we timed it, it was 10:46 caravels. That's extremely early. That
is really early. That's insanely early, and it's especially doable because your teammates are feeding you boosts and gold and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the gold, and because Australia does get the extra bonuses towards the adjacency towards his campuses. He's gonna get really good campuses. But that's another thing that I didn't actually point out about this spawn. This looks like a much slower spawn than usual. Doesn't have a lot of breathtaking appeal all over the place, which will definitely
there's only
hurt.
one or two here or there, which is definitely going to hurt, especially because those breathtaking tiles aren't adjacent to those reefs for those really nice campuses.
Exactly. She's still gonna have a +3 and a +3. By the way, Pulp over here is a very well-known player from the CVFR community, and we've seen her yesterday play Japan. She came out today to play with Zone of Control this time.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I saw that. In fact, the game we were watching yesterday, and I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with Synth. I've seen Synth play before. I've seen Noob 634 play as well a lot. Actually, I think.
Yeah.
The only players I don't know are on the second team and Chuck. I think that's a new player to me.
Chuck being Mapuche. Mapuche is oh my god! I would have loved to see some Malon Raiders. Mapuche here is gonna have a hard time getting them towards his opponent. He's like look at this land to the west side. Towards his closest opponent, there's all water. There's like a one-tail choke here, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's not very good, especially because it feels like the Lautaro is the kind of leader that you want to be aggressive in the mid game, right? And it looks like he has like a SimCity start, which is how good is the Mapuche SimCity?
If you have a lot of breathtaking tiles, it's good because you got the Shemamuls and those give you that extra culture and so on. But most of the time, it's just normal SimCity, which doesn't actually shine anywhere. This is gonna be a bit tough for him to get everything going. He's gonna need to play it normally, and he's gonna need to get the discount going as much as possible. Otherwise, he's not gonna have a chance. You've seen yesterday China go crazy. This is the same Kublai China. We're gonna probably see the same oh my god stats coming up from him.
Yeah, and Jokus is the one playing that China, and I've seen Jokus play before, and he is China yesterday was easily maybe top 2, top 3 in that game that we were watching. They were insane culture, insane science, and I think we might even see China perform better in this game because this time he has teammates that he can rely on to propel him forward with better international trade routes and a lot more civic boosts.
Yeah. I'm actually curious if he's going to do something about Greece here. Noob 634, even though he did manage to get Temple of Artemis, he doesn't have a easy land to work with. A lot of choke points, volcanoes, not a lot of tiles to work in the capital. It's a bit awkward all over the place.
I definitely agree. It's a very, very awkward starting location. But he does have kind of okay land if you look in every direction. There's a good little bit of land to the left. There's a good little bit of land to the southeast.
Yeah.
He has decent land, but his start is rough.
He made such a big sacrifice to go for that Temple of Artemis. And I think it was worth it, but at the same time, it put him back quite a bit. Everybody else has 2 cities, even 3 cities. He's barely getting his second one out. This is going to be quite a problem for him to get his tempo going back.
Well, I mean, hopefully the thing about the Temple of Artemis is that usually that's something that gives tempo to your capital, but if your capital's tile quality isn't very high, having lots of population probably won't have much of an impact. So hopefully he can make that Temple of Artemis work here because it looks awkward.
Yeah, I think this was a major deny from Canada. Like, imagine Canada with these tier tiles and Temple of Artemis on top of it.
Oh yeah, do you know what? That actually totally makes sense. In fact, I'm fully on board now with Deny Gaming. He made the right choice to deny it.
Yeah, we do have actually Canada going for the religion here, multiple holy sites coming up from him. It won't have a lot of faith coming up from these holy sites exactly, but he is gonna get he's gonna get a lot of them through all his cities. I like that he's already setting himself up for that culture play. He's so far away from anybody that could attack him. So far away. And I think this might actually come to a culture victory later on in the game, because look at this. You know the national parks?
Oh my god.
Like, he doesn't need to improve anything.
Like such a godlike spawn for a Canada culture victory. You're miles away from anyone. You have really high appeal, and you have a massive mountain range between you and your closest enemy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable coming up for Pupu over here, Pupu Mestari. I would love to see, to know what this means, by the way. These Suomi is a Finnish team, by the way, and Zone of Control, of course, is international. Does actually Pupu Mestari mean something? Bunny champion, Curtis Love coming up over here from Suomi in the chat, telling us Pupu Mestari means bunny champion.
Well, I think if he's a bunny champion, he is going to be my favorite player in this game, because I have a cute little rabbit over there in the corner who is giving me death stares because I gave her less biscuits than usual for breakfast.
Oh. You gotta take care of her, man. You gotta take care of her. My cat is also sleeping on the window, and he's giving me stares from time to time. Also, one other bit of one other bit of information here. Suomi actually means Finnish in Finland. Means Finland in Finnish. Can you imagine that? Okay. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought it's such a big difference to say Finland in Finnish. Okay, so what do we have here as pantheons? I do see God of the Sea coming up for England. It looks like Australia went for fertility rights. This is the second time we see Paul go for fertility rights. When she went yesterday for the same thing, did manage to get 3 cities out, and I see she's starting up with the campuses, 1, 2, 3 of them at the count. She's gonna discount something. I'm actually quite curious what is she gonna try to discount. We got Moksha. Yes.
Out of curiosity, so what does has fertility rights been changed in the BBG mod?
Yes. So fertility rights, first of all, gives you a builder, and the second bonus of fertility rights, you get extra food, 1 extra food on wheat tiles, rice tiles, and I believe there was another one. Oh, maize tiles, and cattle tiles. I think cattle was also introduced.
That sounds incredible. So she's going to be running away, which is honestly amazing as Australia, because you get so much housing from the coastline.
Yeah, that's probably exactly why she wants to go here, and of course she's gonna have you see so many wheat tiles to improve. This is gonna be quite amazing. One other thing, she did have droughts coming up to the south of Canberra. Needs to be careful how she's gonna improve stuff over here, because those droughts will definitely take those improvements out. I don't know how that works though. Like when you have a drought, like how is the drought affecting the quality of a pasture? How is that possible?
you know, sometimes like, you're better off just not questioning things when it comes to Civilization 6 logic. Yeah. But the horrible thing about droughts is if they spawn once in a place, the whole game you're going to get droughts in that one place, because it feels like, at least that's how it feels like in my game. That's exactly what's happening. That's usually, unfortunately, it is exactly what's happening. They do tend to keep happening. If it happens once, it's gonna happen all over the game. But you do get some options to mitigate them. For example, aqueducts. In this particular case, she cannot put an aqueduct from Canberra, so it's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, very unfortunate. But I mean, like, you know, an aqueduct isn't the most important thing in the world. But I do like to see those 3 campuses coming out. I'm so not used to seeing players go campus first, because in a free-for-all that would be like incredibly greedy, wouldn't it be? Because you'd be leaving yourself so open to someone who went for like fast culture or some other play. But in team games, it's very viable to do this, isn't it? Yeah.
For sure. I got an information over here, feedback on my comment over there. Looks like the animals don't get enough water. That's how the quality goes down. I understand the lack of food, which I totally agree with. How does it catch on fire? How does it get pillaged? Anyway, another comment coming up from Ted Ferguson. He was mentioning that droughts happen whenever there's a lack of food or not food, sorry, forest and rainforest on 9 tiles, and they tend to happen on the same in the same places because that's where the 9 tiles are. I guess we're gonna need to see if Australia later on in the game is gonna manage to get some woods in here to mitigate that problem. We'll see. Yeah, Aussie here, 13 science already.
13 science. That is nearly double everyone else in the game.
Yeah, and look at that. Noob did manage to get 2 more settlers out. He's going for the 5th one. I gotta say, he doesn't have bad stats on 8 science and 5 culture. They did buy him a builder now, and it does look like he is on 12 gold a turn. But his lack of production, so it's quite problem. 16 production coming up from him when everybody else is 25 plus.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a rough start for Greece. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, but the fact now that he's actually going for ICS, Infinite City Settle, he's not going for 3 cities, he's not going for 4 cities, it looks like he's going all the way straight to 5 cities off the back of that Temple of Artemis.
Yep. I would have loved to see the same thing happening here on Canada. Oh, that's actually what he's doing.
That's exactly.
Yeah, settlers coming out.
Are these players going for a mass amount of cities? Is that because they are the pockets? They are the safe players?
I think honestly, everybody's safe right now. They have such a spawn that nothing will happen until probably Renaissance, when we're gonna have those caravels. I think the first attack, the first pokes against each other will probably be England facing off the other England, Synth, and of course Australia. Because other than that, who do we have in the proximity? We have Phoenicia with Greece in a proximity, but they still have like a decent amount of land to go for between them. And let's face it, Phoenicia is not gonna build a land army, or at least at the beginning, he's not gonna build a land army. He's gonna be focused on getting the cities out on the coast, try to get the Cothons out, try to get an economy, and probably be defensive about this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the other thing as well is Greece is probably going to be the one trying to get like Sim up to a massive culture gain so that they can defend against Canada's culture victory. So I imagine these players are going to sidestep each other and trying to kind of play around each other rather than directly engage.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is gonna be quite an issue for Pericles. He is one of the quote-unquote frontliners, and he is, like you said, gonna be the main one defending the culture victory. Gonna be a tough one. Or maybe, just maybe, we're gonna see Mapuche pick up the slack here and try to go for Oracle, try to get those theater squares, try to be the one doing the culture. But honestly, you wouldn't really think Mapuche is the one defending culture in a game with Pericles on the same team. It just feels unnatural,
No, I definitely agree. I can't help but feel if Athens or if Greece and Mapuche were swapped, ZoC would be much happier with their positioning on the map.
Yeah. Well, let's see Australia here. Australia is going to be booming. Look at that. She's already 18 science and 12 culture, 27. We didn't even get to the classical era, and we got 4 more turns, and she's just running away with the science and the culture.
She is absolutely booming, definitely. So what do you expect to see from Australia this game? Is this standard Australia play?
A bit non-standard, I would say. Usually with Australia, you tend to stay on maximum of 4 cities, and you try to go for the caravel timing. And the reason you go for 4 cities is you do need to get the economy up. So you can actually, when you get to the caravels, you actually need to have the harbors intact. You need to have the admirals. You need the projects and so on. And that's usually why you don't have time to go for extra settlers. In this particular case, looks like she is opting to go a little wider than usual, and I think this is because she knows she has the support of England from the north of Victoria. Victoria here
Definitely,
is gonna
that little bit of extra confidence you get when you know someone else is going to be the one to do the caravel timing.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, being in a team setup, they can trade with each other. You've seen yesterday how hard it was for them to make their own gold and try to go for any kind of timing over there. Even Ottomans, who was upgrading his units with so little gold, had problems getting that gold.
Yep, he was definitely struggling. And don't forget, this isn't just trading, this is trading over the ocean, which is one of the most effective ways to generate gold in the game of Civ. So
Yeah.
these guys, when it comes to the mid game, they are going to be rolling in cash.
Yeah, yeah. A bit more, I would say, actually. I would trust a lot more the economy of zone of control rather than the economy of Suomi in this particular case. I like that England and Phoenicia can trade with each other. I just don't see that many cities at the moment trading with each other. Well, on this side, we're gonna have two naval powers just sending them their trade routes to each other with so much sea between them.
Yeah, they're going to be stacked with cash, and I think actually Canada is on that ocean down there as well, or the sea. So they might be able to get a coastal city up and begin trading with England and. Oh my God, that is an amazing.
I know, right? It's a 6-1. Oh wow. Okay. You know what would have been massive here? Just if he had ability to get that watermill, get an extra protection on these tiles. Oh yes. But
Yeah, man, I can't help but feel. Can you imagine if they had settled, if she had settled on the river there and built a watermill?
Yes.
So good.
One tile to the west, one tile to the west. It is what it is. Anyway, I do like Australia going more wide than usual, and I think this is actually her learning from the mistakes of yesterday. You've seen yesterday she did put off getting the second settles, third settles, like the second wave of settles, and I think that actually hurt her during the mid to late part of the game. She never could catch up again because of that.
Yeah.
So I think now she's like, no, this game I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah, big time. This is the big league, so I can imagine going super wide is really important. The thing that happens too, though, when you go super wide, is you feel like all your cities suck if you go too wide too early. So it is a hard thing to balance. I understand why sometimes people like to stay on a couple less cities.
Yeah, true. We do have City Patrian Ganas coming up for Mapuche. He is going for the sim as much as possible. He got his fourth settle, but he's already a bit behind everybody when it comes to the cities. Even Pericles, that started up a little later, he's gonna have more cities than him. So I'm curious how he's gonna manage to catch back up with stats in the next part of the game. He's on 10 science and 15 culture, coming up with Moksha, getting his Governor Plaza, and did stop a little while to get those campuses. A bit unsynchronized here, or desynced I would say, because of he went for one campus and then he went for a commercial and then put down his Governor Plaza. I don't think he discounted anything here.
No, that's a little bit unfortunate, because those district discounts are really, really important, because you get half.
Yeah, the major thing is, it's like in the meta, when somebody when like the majority of the players start doing something, you're out of the loop if you don't do the same thing, even if your way of doing things is like your preferred one. You just can't keep up with everybody else.
Yeah, no, for sure. The district discount mechanic it's really unintuitive, and it kind of makes you play in a very strange way, but because it's in the game, players are going to exploit it to their maximum advantage. They're going to build one type of district and then another type of district.
Yeah, like you see over here on Australia, 3 campuses, then she's gonna go for the harbors. She discounted one harbor, then she's gonna go for Governor Plaza, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see the same pattern. Multiple holy sites coming up over here from Canada. Oh, great prophet, gonna be on
yeah, we might get to see ourselves a religion.
Yeah, we got here on time. 2, 4, 6 cities, 7 cities. He's gonna be on 7 cities in the next 7 turns, 5 to 7 turns.
7 cities. That is an incredibly fat Canada. He's been guzzling down the maple syrup. What sort of religion do you expect here from Canada?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say he's gonna go for the +2 faith at JCC, +2 culture from theater squares. Believe I totally forgot how it's called.
I believe
And
that's lay ministry. Yeah.
lay ministry, yes. And the first one I've seen most of the time people go for coral. But work ethic would be my second choice here. I think coral is probably gonna be the way here. I usually, if it's not Canada, I'm a very big fan of the food one, Feed the World.
Oh,
But Canada just
What do we
gets so
got?
much food anyway.
It looks like the religion has been founded.
Oh,
What are your
feed the
predictions,
world.
right? Feed the world.
Feed the world and pilgrimage. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought of pilgrimage, honestly, and I can explain myself. Well, there are two things coming up over here. First, if he wants to make pilgrimage work, overlay ministry, he needs to spread his religion into his neighbor cities, like maybe send a missionary to the Moshe city of Phoenicia, send one to Eleanor. That way he's gonna have more faith coming up from his cities. Otherwise, if he will keep on building holy sites in each city, that's basically lay ministry. You get an extra +2 for each city, you know.
Yeah.
And then he's 100% gonna build those culture districts. He's gonna get the theater squares. With lay ministry, you'd get that amount of culture as well at the same time. So it kind of, you know, it kind of made sense to go for lay ministry.
It's interesting. Because those aren't the beliefs that I would have picked, but I think going for Feed the World as Canada, when you're already running away with this much growth, we're going to see cities that hit 13 population incredibly early into this game.
I agree, and the housing will be a problem. It's gonna need to get a lot of housing here. Of course, Feed the World does give you a bit of housing also, but with so much food coming out from the deer tiles and Feed the World at the same time, it feels a bit overkill. I'm actually really curious how PotatoMcWhiskey is gonna try to get this going.
Yeah,
One second,
really
Mike.
interesting.
My cat is very annoyed. I'm not letting him outside. 1 second. 1 second.
Okay, Michael, you go look after your cat, and I'll talk a little bit about the game. I think, like, if we take a look here, we can see that Canada has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 incredible deer tiles in his capital. That is what, 20 food plus an additional 3, 7, 10, 12, 14 production. 20 food, 14 production, and then another 10
go.
gold from
Sorry
those
about
5
that.
tiles. That's insanity. Welcome back, Michael.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. My
You're good. Hey, look, kitty cat needs to be looked after.
yes.
And we do in fact see Canada over there. They're settling on that ocean so that or on that lake so they can trade with their ally.
Yeah, another good city coming up from him. So many geothermals on the east side. The Reef Fish and +4 campus there. Gonna
Oh
get
my
a bit
God!
of
If
faith.
only you could build campuses on the water, Michael. That would be a +6 campus between
yes.
all those. Oh,
Oh, you were talking yesterday about the mechanics of Beyond Earth, and I was like, where the water cities, man?
yeah,
Water
I know,
cities
right?
that move. Where water cities that move? Come on.
Exactly. Unfortunately, you have to play Indonesia if you want to build cities on the water. They're little kampungs. They're like little towns.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We got turn 33. Now we got everybody with a golden age. Let's see what they picked up. I think everybody got a golden age, right? Yeah. It's 4v4, totally different setup. Joke is Pen Brush and Voice Golden Age, Kublai Khan China, 4 cities. He's getting his harbors out. I see PotatoMcWhiskey Monumentality Golden Age with 25 faith a turn. This is actually quite a low number of faith for early Monumentality, by the way. Tadrak, Pen Brush and Voice, 8 science, 25 culture, going for horses actually. Interesting. Horseback riding is gonna be his choice of a technology. Maybe he is worried about Greece, but going horses against Greece does feel like a bit awkward. Ural Fish, Free Inquiry Golden Age, Eleanor of Aquitaine, 14 science, 22 culture, didn't actually build all of his Royal Navy dockyards, and he is starting to put them up. Okay, and we got Chuck, Pen Brush and Voice Golden Age, Autocracy, Paul Pond, Pen Brush and Voice Golden Age, 30 science and 27 culture on Australia.
That is a
massive.
very respectable sim. He is.
Yeah.
His brain is expanding as. Her brain is expanding as her science rolls in.
Yeah, this is gonna be quite something. One city state did get taken down though, and I'm actually curious which one was it. Oh, it was Rapa Nui. Since they managed to take out a free city state over here, and since does have a pen, brush, and voice this time with 11 science and 30 culture, she's gonna need to put down quite a few campuses to catch up in the science screen. But she does have a few good ones. She's gonna need to chop that deer tile for a +4.
I do have a question about the capture of Rapa Nui. Is this just a case of like, well, I built 2 Calis, I may as well do something with them?
Well, I think the galleys she got for free from the Royal Navy dockyards, and then Rapa Nui was just there. He was sitting pretty.
Yeah, like a free sit. I'm just going to yoink it. It's free.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well do it. The thing, I've seen actually quite a few tears shed because of city states managing to get either walls or a boat. If a city state gets a boat, you can't really hit it anymore.
Oh yeah, no, it's just
it's so
GG,
annoying.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, but this
I think
time
that's
she
one of
got
the most
lucky.
frustrating things in the game is when you're going for a city state and then they pop out like an archer or walls or something, and you're like, well, there goes 4 of my units.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the good thing is she does have 2, 4, 6 cities already, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna need to get another one here to get it on the stone tile. And then
Yeah,
I
6
think
cities is a really, really good start into the game. Considering it's turn 34, she's on 6 cities. That's a really damn nice start into the game. I would be very happy in her position.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Canada over here already putting down those theater squares. I'm curious if he's gonna go for Oracle. Definitely needs to go for Oracle. We do have horses coming out from his cities. I think horses will need to take down Caguana. Only a 20 garrison defense strength city, and city is a city, so you might as well try to go for it quickly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, if you could build 2, 3 horsemen to get a free city, and then you still have a military hanging around, that's awesome. Out of curiosity, Dido has that incredible settler building strategy. Do you think we're going to see an ancestral hall move here? Or do you think you're going to see a standard audience chamber play?
Oh, that's a good question. I think standard audience by the looks of it. He doesn't have a lot of land to play with, and even though I like that he could keep on expanding to the north, I don't see him going for that. Usually Ancestral Hall makes sense when you actually keep on settling. So for example, if he would have started building Ancestral Hall now, before he actually got the settlers, even if he delayed the actual settle for a few turns, it would have given him those 2 builders, which would have made sense. Now Audience Chamber seems to be a much better pick. Your Ancestral Hall only would give you another 3, 4 cities bonuses, 3, 4 builders. It's just not worth compared to the food that you get and the amenity that you get from Ancestral Hall.
No, you explained that beautifully. That makes total sense to me. Yeah, audience chamber seems much more likely.
We do have him getting the biomes out, and this is another major factor here. Phoenicia needs to do something when they will find out, because at the moment they don't know particularly how the land looks like. If I take a look at the vision, they don't know much of the west side here. Wait, they found out about Australia. Okay, they found out, they don't know how many cities he has here, and I think they found out about England. So they know both of their opponents are on this particular sea. They need to deal with them somehow, and this is the moment that Phoenicia needs to realize he needs to put more production centers, city centers on this coast of Eleanor, so he can help out his buddy later on in the game. Otherwise, this is gonna go sideways really fast for Eleanor. Like, I like Eleanor, I like the ability of her to get a lot of stats and so on, but at the end of the game, it's a matter of units as well, just sheer unit count, and if England will not manage to outproduce or at least keep the production up with Victoria or Australia, it's going to be a major problem.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a game that, depending on how things go, it could be decided at Caravels, especially because if you just look at how many cities Australia and England have on the coast that they can produce boats from, compare that to Eleanor.
Yeah,
only got what, like 4 cities on the coast? That is a bit of a scary position to be in.
Yeah.
What do you think Eleanor could do? Could she clog up the choke points halfway between the world? Could,
a bit hard, actually, a bit hard. These are
a lot of choke points.
And the choke points only hold until frigates. So you need to somehow keep trading, like not focus on the choke points, keep trading boats. This is gonna be very hard. I don't want to do a prediction here because it's up to both teams. So maybe England is not gonna fully commit. Maybe Australia is gonna go for late sim instead of going for caravels. And there are so many maybes that it's very hard to predict. Ideally, you want them committing to this, and you want them to go against Eleanor. And if they figure out Eleanor is gonna be weak or they have an opportunity, they will go for it. I'm not so certain exactly how this is going to play out. What certainly needs to happen, they need an insane amount of gold. And I'm pretty sure Chuck over here will need to spam up those commercials, and that's exactly what he's doing. He started to put down commercials from more cities, 3 of them at the count here, and it looks like he's gonna have on 4 total. He's gonna need to sacrifice his sim to get as much economy as possible for his allies. Maybe this is a sign actually that Australia is gonna go for those caravels.
Yeah, it sounds like they're gearing up for an all-in risky play, because here's the thing. If you have 2 people on your team go all in and take out another person on the enemy team, I think that puts you in a pretty good position, even though those 2 guys have kind of like burnt their economy a little bit. Then it's a 4v3.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, over here, Australia getting those campuses. Oh my God, this is. And now you do see how much it takes her to actually build these campuses up. It's lost that she lost that discount, and it's wow, 23 turns to build a campus, 12 turns to build another one. Oh man, that's a long time.
Yeah, it really just goes to show you, like, getting those first districts up in your later settled cities is so incredibly slowly, especially because it goes incredibly slowly especially because oh my God, I'm stumbling over my words.
It's fine.
Especially because districts get more expensive the more of the tech tree that you have researched.
Yeah, we got some calls for Jessica in the chat here, asking us if she's playing. That's a good question. I'm not sure if she's playing throughout the community here. I think I did see her in the channels. I'm not sure exactly what game is she playing. Code of Arms. Let me actually take a look if she's in one of the games. I do have to give a big shout out, by the way, for Jessica getting her girls together, Synth and Pulp. Very nice, very nice.
How do you mean she got her girls together?
Yeah, she got them together on a Zone of Control on the same clan.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were all in the same clan. Well, that's good.
Yeah. I'm not so sure.
We definitely could use more women in the Civ 6 scene playing multiplayer.
Yes.
So,
plus.
So, we haven't talked much about China in a little while. Could we zoom on over there and have a little chat about them?
China. Yes, 4 cities China. This is actually quite surprising about China. I don't think he has anything to worry about on the coast, but he actually started building galleys and going for audience chamber. Yes, tall cities and tall city play. Oh, I see what's going on. He can't move, so he would get a maximum extra city on the west side, and then he can't move anywhere unless he gets shipbuilding. So he would need to settle this coast to the south, and probably that's the stopper here. He doesn't have shipbuilding yet. ZoC is going for bronze, going for recorded history. I see audience chamber coming up from him, multiple campuses. Looks like he's gonna be quite late on his development. He's going for a tall play rather than anything else. But I do like his campuses. Look at this setup of his: Beijing, Reef Tile, Gavron Plaza, mountains. Okay.
That is a beautiful setup, especially because most of those districts will have 2 to 4 adjacent to them. What is that, like a... How much adjacency is that? That's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 adjacency on a campus. That is honestly, that's worthy of taking a screenshot and put it on the Civ subreddit. That is a really nice campus.
Man, you gotta explain me the Civ subreddit. Let's take a moment here. Let's take a beat. I think you have a much bigger hold on the Reddit community than I do. What is going on with the Civ subreddit? What do they like? What do they dislike? Oh, how are they behaving over there?
I'm going to be honest with you. The simplest way to get on the good side of the Civ subreddit is to make really fat tiles with huge amounts of culture on them, huge amounts of science, really big adjacency on your districts. Take a picture of it and slap it up there. They eat that shit up day and night. It is the best part. The other thing that you can do is make memes. Every now and again, the moderators let memes slip through their radar. So those are the two things of.
Okay, we actually had with CPL, we had like a love-hate relationship with the Civ subreddit. And they don't want us advertising the community, but somehow they want the content. You know, it's like, come on, let us through.
Interesting, really. So they are reticent to let you put your posts up.
There were so back in the day, Kanak didn't know that you can't just go out and just send messages about, hey, join here, this is a full community and so on and so forth. You gotta do it a little bit more how to say,
carefully and respectfully.
Yeah, exactly. So he started with the right foot instead of the left foot, with the wrong foot, let's say, like that, the relationship. And then we tried to explain to them that we mean the best and we want just the communities to work together, and they have the single player, we have the multiplayer, it's all good, and let's somehow build a bridge. It took us a while, but now I think we got to a normalized relationship. It's fine.
Yeah, for sure. No, I can understand that. Look, Reddit is a different beast. I've been on Reddit for like nearly 15 years.
Wow. Okay.
They have their, the culture on Reddit is different now. It has changed over time. I starting to not like it as much. I remember when the upvote button meant that someone said something interesting rather than you just disagreed or agreed with them. But yeah, generally speaking, the best way to interact with Reddit communities is to have a little chat with the moderators, be like, hey, is it okay if I post my stuff up there? That's what I did. I went to, whenever I would post my videos to Reddit, I would message the moderators, be like, hey, are you guys okay with me posting my videos to Reddit? And they would be like, yeah, that's totally fine. And then I was like, here's all my videos, nerds. Well, I only ever put my best ones, the ones I thought were really, really good.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm gonna try to keep that in mind. Thank you for the insight over there. Reddit will need some pictures coming up from CPL. Not sure if you saw our screenshot channel, but we do have quite a few interesting screenshots to share. Then we just need to find somebody that can actually put them there and spend that time.
I think a couple of things that would be really fun to post on the Civ subreddit might actually be some shorts of people getting nuked, like big armies killing each other and stuff like that. That'd be a good thing to put up there. Like people reacting to getting nuked is always a good vibe.
Yeah. Oh man, is Canada gonna actually take over Kakwana? Because this is a horse that can be attacked by 2 archers. Even 3 archers.
I have a feeling.
Oh man, look at that.
That horse is gonna trample just barely. I think it's gonna trample that city.
Oh,
very
man.
Nice.
Such a close call.
Well, he captured that city by the skin of his hooves.
Yeah, that is why he's called the Bunny Master. We do have Oracle coming up from Montreal, and I do see Big Ala establishing in Montreal as well. He's trying to get another horse out, probably to deal with that Australian scout.
Very little cheeky Australian scout.
Yeah.
Rustling up some sheep, running away with his cattle. He has yoinked a chunk of faith from that, and he's defending that holy site very well.
I also noticed we got those theater squares coming up from Montreal and Ottawa. Let's actually take a look here. 5.7 Great Writer points a turn, but look at Gris go on 14.9. He's doing the projects. He's trying to deny this as much as possible. And of course, we do see Acropolis is full of books at the moment. Yeah, in
14.9 Great Rider points per turn is an insane amount.
Wait,
he's going to generate a Great Rider. What is happening? How 97 culture?
Yeah, 97 culture, turn 41. Noob is 25 science only. But he keeps on doing the culture. Oh my god. And you remember, he was the one making the sacrifice for Temple of Artemis and then caught up to do this.
That is absurdity. Where is he getting all that culture from?
It's his Acropolises, I guess, projects, books, and so on. Got pyramids in Olympia. These are very good acropolises. This is a +4. We got another +4 here. We got a +2 here, +2 here. Gonna get a +3 soon. But the
Does he have, Susan? Do you have some of those cultural city-states? That's crazy.
That's a good question, actually. Tadrak looks like has Namadol. Antananarivo, no. They're actually fighting, I think, for Namadol. Pulp is 5 points in there. She wants that city. And no, he actually didn't use his envoys for the culture ones. He went for Johannesburg.
Where in the name of Christ is he getting all that culture? What is happening? He's up to 106.
Yeah, it's amazing. 106, amazing. And of course, Wilfred Laurier will need to catch up. He does have, I gotta say, this is sometimes what's happening, because you do end up putting a much wider empire, and because you went for those extra settlers, the production that you could have spent into those amphitheaters and so on is just not there.
For sure, definitely. Looks like the Oracle is coming up. Has the Oracle been changed in this mod? What is the significance of the Oracle?
Oracle, first of all, it does give you 2 points of great people to each city, each type of district that you have in that city center. The biggest thing is not actually Oracle itself, it's more when you couple it with Pingala, because Pingala, you can double it. You can use the 100% great people points generated per turn in the city, so immediately you get 6 points from just one single district.
Ooh, that is incredibly powerful. Yeah, I could definitely see why that's so useful, because that's like a single city is then cranking out as if it was like 3 or 4 in terms of great people points.
Yeah, and then you have to be careful what kind of districts you build in the cities and the city you got that in. So for example, industrial zones, commercials are extremely valuable, not only the theater square itself. The biggest bummer is the musicians. You don't actually get the musician points.
You don't get the musician points.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
right.
Yeah, until you get, I think you get it at very later on in the game, broadcast centers. That's very late. Even
so, you're still getting a ton of points from it.
Yeah.
So, how do we compare Canada and Pericles' sim here? Canada's on 43 culture, Pericles is on 116, and these are like comparable players. Both of them are going to be the cultural powerhouse here. Is this just Pericles being Pericles? Is Canada's sim better in another way? Like, what's going on here?
I think the production later on will be with Canada, and the biggest thing is of course we'll have the advantage from choosing those city states and getting the +5 culture. I think he's going to be more favored towards more culture. It's just Canada will have insane amounts of tourists when he's going to get his national parks. Canada is not really well known for early culture or tourism. It's more the mid to late game that he's starting to shine. Canada is,
it's like the late game explosion, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially when he's gonna get his ice hockey rings, the unique improvement. It's gonna be +6 tiles from each city. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 or +6. It's amazing.
Yeah, 6 culture per city is really huge, especially because that gets converted into tourism. And I'm pretty sure the ice hockey ring, it gives you other advantages, right?
That's a good question. Actually, usually I only think about it like that. Let's see. 1 amenity. Yes, you do get an extra amenity.
Yeah, +1 amenity. That is really, really nice.
It's only 1 per city, though. That's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. And you do get 100% tourism from culture, so immediately those will give you that also. So you got 8 cities. That's 48 culture, 48 tourism as well.
Yeah, that's like having fully built Renaissance walls for free. Like for a single build charge. That's an insane amount of value.
Yeah, and he's gonna have so many cities here compared to Pericles that is starting to run out of land. We're gonna need to see how he's gonna try to do this, but you see how he's carefully staying away from Chinese coast to the south. He doesn't want to give China away to take his cities out. And looking at the south, Mapuche also doesn't have any kind of interest to go on this coast and start up a naval war.
And I can totally understand them, because fighting on the sea is really annoying.
Yeah, I see China here getting those settlers out 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe he did manage to get shipbuilding. We're probably gonna see them try to go southwest and northwest, get closer, get a lot more cities out, which is gonna be nice. He needs a lot more cities. This is exactly what we've seen yesterday from Japan. You remember when Japan tried to slow down and then try to catch back up, but he never did. I'm curious if Kublai is going to manage to catch back up.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, look, his economy is pretty strong, and I think with an explosion of settlers, he could make it work. I mean, look at that gold income.
Yeah, he's on 85 gold a turn. This is unbelievable. But oh my God, look at Pulp go. We're about to see cartography in 2 turns, mercenaries in 2 turns. This is again turn 46 cartography from what. But the problem here is, and she shouldn't go for the cartography. She doesn't have pre-builds, and without pre-builds, it's gonna be insanely long to actually get your boats up. So I think she's either gonna need to make a choice of starting up galleys from each of her coastal cities, or totally give up on attacking her opponent at caravel timing.
Well, I know this might sound like an insane idea, but what if... Okay. What if Pulp is going to go for frigates and Synth will go for the caravels? That way they split the ability. I know that sounds like an insane thing, but Synth, has a lot of galleys out. Pulp seems to be just barreling straight through cartography without a care in the world. I think we might see some sort of cross-pollinational play, or they're only letting England commit to the sea.
Yeah, I really like that, by the way. I usually say that a lot of the times. I would love to see when players do commit to one unit and the other player goes for another unit and they try to synergize somehow. The main issue here would be, again, pre-builds. I'm at a loss when I see Synth doesn't have enough pre-builds. She does have a decent amount of science, but not nearly enough as Pulp. Yeah, she's gonna get boosted, but I think she already got a boost because she has 2 harbors. So
yeah, I mean, it's a decent amount of harbors, and she is working on those great admirals, but
yeah,
it doesn't look like they're gearing up for a caravel. And the question is Eleanor gearing up for a caravel push?
Eleanor, no, they're just fighting for how many admirals they can get. You see them doing the harbor shipping project. This is actually quite sad to see, I gotta say. I was so excited to see a naval warfare trying to seeing them poke each other at some point here, and I guess we're gonna see a much longer game started up. And I gotta point out, this is not the best timing for either of them. The time is taking for the next era, and I'm pretty sure everybody wants their golden age points, so they're even delaying this attack, even though they could have had it. It's just not gonna happen. Wait, the biggest
it looks
thing
like everyone is scrambling for era score. What's the biggest thing? Sorry.
Oh man, okay, so this is not gonna happen. Pulp just finished cartography and she got mercenaries, so this is not gonna happen. She has like 3 galleys in total. She's not gonna be able to build somewhere. Maybe she totally forgot about this. Like, there is a possibility. You have so many things to do. Maybe she did forget that she could have had. Wow, she has 3 caravels. If
that
she's
was
gonna
2 caravels, was that the boost for the government?
What?
The tier 2 government. If you build 2 caravels, I think you get a boost for.
Oh, the Merchant Republic. Yes.
Yeah, I wonder if she was just getting that to boost.
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Well,
I'm at a loss at the
caravel.
moment.
Weird, very weird.
Yes, because like by the time those caravels actually get to Uralfish is gonna get his own caravels going. This is a long way to go, and if you don't go with as many as you can, I don't think she's gonna have any kind of chance of success. On this side, you see Uralfish going for pre-builds. He is getting more galleys out, and he's gonna be prepared for a counterattack.
I wonder if this is a case of Uralfish like being like, okay, I know they're gonna caravel rush me. I need to have pre-builds. I need to be ready, and then the caravel rush never comes, and then Eurofish is just like, well, to hell with this, I'm going to drive my caravels over to them.
Yeah. Well, we got a comment over here from Mamaletto. By the way, he was playing yesterday with Ottomans. He's telling us that this might be because they're happy to fight at the later stage. They know they will probably have more stats than their opponents in the later stage, so might as well just delay this and don't commit to this. Which,
I'm kind of worried about that now, because they might have mispredicted the pre-builds, because it does look like Eleanor is, like we were saying, pre-building a lot of galleys.
Yeah.
This
1, 2,
might
3,
end up
4,
being
5,
it was
6,
a good
7.
It's a good call, but maybe a bad outcome for them potentially down the line.
Yeah, I think they had a really good chance of taking out Uralfish, and this would have totally changed up the dynamic of the game if they do manage. So the thing is, let's take a look at how the power projection is. If you do get the seas, if you do win the seas, yes, of course, at some kind of a sacrifice, you do take out England, which is gold powerhouse here. He's making 70 gold a turn. You take out Phoenicia's ability to trade on the seas at the same time, and you also give Pericles an opportunity to take out the land cities of Phoenicia, because he's gonna lose 3 cities here, and then he's gonna remain on 2. These are gonna be easy to take out. So basically, winning the seas gives you an opportunity to take out your opponent, take out 2 of your opponents. If you also look at the south, we got Canada with 1 city on the coast, so that means he's gonna not be that phased by this, but at the same time, going for a culture victory in a 4 versus 2 situation is almost impossible. So I'm not sure why they didn't commit to this. Maybe the gold situation wasn't that great, but honestly, they had a good income. I'm honestly not sure. Oh well, it is what it is. We're gonna have to see. It is gonna be a longer game, so we're happy about this. I'm just thinking of the strategy of this.
Yeah, for sure. It could be a case of where maybe they just feel really confident in their late game, and they're like, you know what, guys, if they're not going to fight us in the mid game, we'll take it to the late game. We know we can beat them. We know we can do it. And I think that maybe it's just the confidence of the players, that they just feel like they know the game so well that they can duke it out in the late game. I did have one question. Nope, I forgot it. Never mind.
Okay.
How is Canada's sim coming along?
Well, he did manage to snatch that Oracle, so now he's starting up to make, 11.5 Great Writer points a turn, while Greece is on 13. He's starting to catch back up. I'm not so certain if he actually managed to double Pingala, but I think so. He only has a few theater squares, and this might hurt him in the long run. If we take a look at the Great People, in the Great Writer screen, we have... So it's quite important to actually get the early writers, the cheap ones. Let's see, we got Greece getting 2, Canada getting 1, Greece getting 3, 4. Okay, so Greece got 4, Canada got 1. That's the reason Greece does manage to make so much culture so early. Wait, turn 48, 200 culture noob? What?
Yo. Okay, somebody needs to go check on Noob's computer. I'm pretty sure he's hacking the game right now. There's no way he should have 200 culture on this many.
Moderators.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some admin action here. I think Noob is actually cheating.
White flag, put the white flag, man. This is, wow, okay, unbelievable, man. Noob634 is putting so many breaks on this culture victory. He's...
The news has just come in from our maths department. We have counted up all of Suomi's culture, and Noob is in fact making more culture than the entire enemy team.
And he has the production to work with, 104 production. We got Popu Mestari on 109. Oh my god, that's unbelievable. He did manage to get Colosseum, by the way, from Athens. And even with this awkward land, he's still making it this work. Non-freshwater cities here and there. We got him getting more settlers out, and I do see him expanding towards the east side. Amazing plays coming up from Noob64.
I don't know where he's getting all this production from. I don't know where he's getting all this culture from. He seems to be... He's a wizard. He's conjuring it out of thin air. Incredible.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I love this Artemis into mass settlement into Colosseum build. It just seems... God, this is what I love to see. I love to see players playing at their best and just really pushing this game to its limits.
Yeah. And then on the other side, we got Pulp's 115 science with 71 culture. This is like pre-1050 at the moment. Barely got her harbors out.
Yeah, I've never seen Sim numbers like this before in a game of Civ. These are unheard of, at least in my experience. This is insane. They're just the players are displaying right now.
Yeah. We got a question here if I can actually see all of his books. I think I can only take a look at the drop down menu here. I can't actually open up his work screen. So let's see, Acropolis. Oh, he doubled his Acropolises. That's why he's using the double card. Okay, I see 2 books here, 2 books here, another 1 book here. Oh, he gave a book away or something? No, another 2 books here. Okay. Yeah, okay, sure.
That amphitheater is still under construction, I think.
Yeah, it's still under construction, yeah. And I see entertainment complex. He did use the entertainment complex for some extra adjacency towards his Acropolises. That's a +12 and a +10.
Ooh, yeah, you'd love to see that sort of stuff. I'm really enjoying just how many cities he's going for. This is the way Civ was meant to be played, at least Civ 6, right? You settle your cities, you make a few districts, and then
boom, explode.
In single player. If you don't have 20 cities, you're a loser. And I'm hoping Noob hits that 20 city number this game.
I hope so too. And this is gonna be such a painful development for Canada though. Canada here is gonna try to do his best to catch back up and attack on that culture victory. We do have him putting down his industrial zone. He's getting his Grandmaster Chapel. He is generating 146 faith a turn. So all in all, he has a lot more production to work with than Noob 634 because of that faith translating into production somehow. I do like.
Yeah, I've never seen such a holy Canada just pumping out that faith. It's genuinely impressive, and look at that growth as well on his cities with Feed the World just skyrocketing the population. Actually, can we compare his population to other players?
Well, yeah, sure. He had 11 pop, 10 pop, and then we got Beijing 8 pop, 7 pop. Looks like Tyre does have about the same numbers, but he has 5-2-1 fish style to work with. He's on 9 and 6. Pericles is on 9 as well. Temple of Artemis here showing up for him and giving that nice boost.
Yeah, I mean, think of it like, oh yeah, he's so far ahead in population.
Yeah,
Most people are sitting around 7, 8, 9. Well, in Hobart it's crazy because of the food thing. Jockus. I think Jockus got sniped on a wonder.
Yeah, let's see. Jockus is Kublai China. What wonder did he lose?
It looks like it was a wonder on the river there. You can see the circle where the wonder was built. That's got to be something like Great Bath or something, right?
Oh, it says Hanging Gardens, I think. But I don't know how it actually ends up over here. There are 2 things under construction on the same
Yeah, it looks like he was...
How is this possible?
It looks like he... gone. I wonder who managed to snatch that up, because I think that was for era score, right? We must be coming to the end of this era and people are scrambling for era score.
Yes. Oh, look at the English fleet. Oh my god. Okay, we got Eleanor here just booming. We got a few boats coming up from Australia. One thing that I also want to point out with this amount of culture, Australia can go for exploration. That means she's going to have press gangs. That means she will get to build those caravels. This is the result of her going wider than usual. How, of course, is a big difference. This is a big difference between staying on 3-4 cities and going for this 3-4 cities. You just don't have the culture to go for Merchant Republic. She did have the culture with this setup. So now I think even if she's gonna end up seeing what's going on here on England, even if she's gonna manage to get a few units away from England, she's gonna be pushed back. She's gonna need to start up those printing presses on her boats. This is gonna be quite interesting to see what's gonna happen here. It's starting. Ural Fish was ready for this attack.
Yeah, that's it. Eleanor playing the reverse Uno card. Rather than getting a caravel rushed, she herself will now be caravel rushing the other players.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very surprised Pulp went for this poking of England. I guess you can imagine if Australia had 8 boats here or 10 boats here. all of these galleys in the next 2 turns would have been taken out.
Yeah, for sure. This poking attack, you know what it feels like? It feels like you're showing your hand in poker, that you're showing off that you only have 3 caravels. And now Eleanor knows, well, if you only have 3 caravels, I have about 20 pre-builds. I just need to light the...
Yeah.
Can just burst out of my base and come straight at you. I know these are some of the best players ever, but I feel like she's poked the bear.
She did, and Ural Fish yesterday, you've seen him play with Victoria. He did amazing. The only thing I have to say about him, he was a bit complacent at the end there. I think he lost focus, and I think he would have lost his series to Egypt, which was such a surprise. If the game would have played on for another 15 turns, oh my god. That Egypt...
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Egypt, that game was absolutely massive. And you know, you can't blame players for losing their concentration. A game of Civ goes on for hours. Like, I think we're about an hour into this game. We're 50 turns in after an hour, and these players are already starting to gear up for some action.
Yeah. This is exactly the I would say the differences that I liked between this game and other games. In Civ, your preparation, your way of thinking, your way of placing everything does matter so much in the long term, and it does make such a big difference when you're actually going to start worrying with another player, which means you have all of the little details to talk about versus when you talk about a game like StarCraft, or we talk about a game like, let's say, Dune, two different types of approaches to warfare. It feels like all of those little details sure matter, but not as much as the death ball matters, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, even though I was giving Poop a little bit of criticism for doing this poking attack, but she is getting galley kills. Like, she's knocking them down.
Yeah. She's the only thing missing here is the production. She's only on 102, and what I think Eleanor does know, he's not gonna have that much production. So 67 production he's gonna try to put into pre-builds. The second he discovers cartography, this is gonna be over for him. So he needs to upgrade as many caravels and then hope for the best, because he's definitely gonna have he's gonna be outproduced here.
Yeah, for sure. And I wonder if this little bit of a poking attack is kind of a dominance display here from Poop, knowing that you can't come back and attack me fast enough, because their team sim is starting to get completely out of control. Power to 250 culture, almost 260 culture. Poop almost up to 150 science. It feels like every single one of their players just has an empire that could rival 2 enemy cities.
Yeah. That science coming up from Pulp is going to be scary. 258 culture on Noob, that's just, I have no answer to that at the moment. And I guess that is Pericles being Pericles at the end of the day.
I definitely feel like I have the perfect answer to it. Michael, do you want to know what it is?
Yes, please.
Ban Pericles in the lobby.
Yeah, ban Pericles, indeed. Well, the good thing for them, Pericles is only 44 science. You know, at least that. But he's gonna have wait, Mapuche. What is Chuck doing? Are we gonna see manolators this game? Wait, really? Oh my god,
genuinely shocked.
He's actually gonna go. So Namadol here is getting defended. Fonisha is keeping Namadol intact, I think. Well, let me see, because I know. Pulp got it. That's why she wants to take it away from Pulp. That's why Pulp did manage to get that much culture. Namadol. I know they were fighting with each other. Tadrak was trying to keep it, but then Pulp got it.
I mean, these reinforcing cavalry coming in from Lautaro, that should be enough to keep Nanmadol alive and keep that massive culture gain on Australia. What I love is, if you look at Nanmadol, look how fat its borders is. That's how you can tell people have been fighting over it with envoys.
Yeah, exactly. So big. It's under siege now, and we might actually see it defend here. I do notice it's very hard to go from across the river into it, and of course Greece over here already has a few horses. I'm pretty sure Czech is gonna defend it. We'll see. I do have to point out major upgrades heard over here on the city of London. We got so many caravels now started up, and they are quite strong. They have a +5 from a great admiral. They do have the oligarchy bonus and the alliance bonus, so we do have them on 71 against that caravel of 64 from from Australia. She does have Rahendra Kola with her, and she also has. Oh wait, she doesn't have oligarchy. Oh.
71 combat strength is massive.
Oh.
Wait, no oligarchy bonus? Wait, no, I didn't see oligarchy.
No oligarchy. Yeah, there's no oligarchy here. That's why she's like, oh my god.
No, there it is.
No.
Plus
wait,
4 strength from oligarchy.
That's from the other. That's England.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She doesn't have it. This is gonna be massive. Like she needs to do something to equate that bonus. Of course, numbers would be some form of an answer here, but she's not doing it. She's getting theater squares, she's getting shipyards, and we found out where hanging gardens have been built in the city of Hobart. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's insane. I will point out though that massive Caravel army was spawned in 350 BC. Definitely a little bit before its time. Jesus hasn't even been born in this universe. One question I have is, it does kind of look like Synth is pre-building her own galleys now to maybe prepare for a counterattack and defend against this.
I see Synth actually, just wanting those galleys. It looks like she did manage to put away discovering cartography. That's the correct way of doing things. She needs to pre-build as many boats as possible. They do have the gold to work with, 148 gold, 122, 6691, so that's not a problem. They can definitely upgrade as many as possible. And Namadol got defeated, by the way. It wasn't enough for Mapuche to walk in.
Yeah, just a turn or two too late there, and Namadol is paying the price. Just a scrap of rubble on the ground there where its ancient walls used to be. I'd have to say Suomi must be very happy with themselves to take that city-state from Pulp, who is benefiting from it massively.
And it looks like we do have Pulp dropping down around 23 culture. That is quite a problem there. 20% culture.
Sure.
Amazing.
I mean, that slack is going to have to be picked up by the rest of her team.
The biggest thing here,
going.
The more culture Noob is going to make, the harder it will be for Canada to go for. He's already putting 45 defenders and we're 1054.
Yeah, that's almost a defender return. Okay.
Yeah, this is amazing.
You have to start feeling a little bit bad for Canada here. You get like the absolute god roll, you get all the tundra, you get all the deer, you get your pantheon, you get everything, and then in comes Greece, steals your Temple of Artemis, makes 400 million culture, and completely does everything in their power to block your culture win. It's gotta feel pretty annoying.
I do have to point out we got more theater squares coming up here. I do like the science outputted by these campuses. There are just not that many of them. I do see also Montreal and Ottawa are setting up a very good industrial zone. It's a +3 right now with another 4 coming up, 5 actually coming up from these two aqueducts. Again, massive. He's already starting up his industrials great engineers. He's on 6 great engineer points a turn, so he does have the double.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's more
6
of a
great engineers.
Yeah, it's more of a problem with how many theater squares he has, how much production he's gonna have to go into the next part of the game. But it looks like Noob 64 is outmatching him when it comes to the defense. And looking at the long-term gameplay, it's gonna be if there will be a culture quote-unquote victory tryout, unfortunately we're gonna see it arrive at maybe 115, 120 or even later, which is very late. So many things can happen between now and then.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you just, to put that into context, it took us 1 hour to get from turn 1 to turn 50, and it's taken us 15 minutes to get from turn 50 to turn 55. This game is going to start to slow down. It's going to start to solidify as the battle lines are drawn and as the engines are built and they push towards the late game. I do think we could still see a culture victory, but it'll have to be quite late when Canada does their national park.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the biggest threat to Canada's ability to get into that late game? Because nobody is nearby them, nobody's going to attack them. Do you think that he's got free sim and it's just going to be a matter of him just powering hard while his allies fight on the front line?
I think it's all about Eleanor. If Eleanor manages to defend, he's going to get to sim, he's going to try his way towards the culture victory. If Eleanor doesn't manage to defend, he's going to get nuked well before he's going to get the culture victory. Like at this point, I don't think there's a question about it. I think nukes come much faster than his culture victory. But again, I may be wrong because casino style, he has a lot of faith to work with. So rock bands might be a thing. We're going to need to see if he has somebody sending him a good land to play those rock bands in.
That's true. I mean, there is a lot of potential here for a lot of different ways to win. Especially, these players are incredibly good, so they can oftentimes pull out surprises and abilities. You know, you stop looking at someone for 15 minutes and suddenly, their culture is over 330. Where is... Okay, there's no way this is legitimate. How does he have 330 culture? I'm genuinely shocked. I need to talk to Noob and ask him what the hell is he doing different compared to my games, because that is just absurdity. Is being fed gold? Like, how is he doing it?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he has Vilnius a few. Only one. Okay, he has only one in there. Antananarivo, does he have one? No, he doesn't. Well, nobody has in Antananarivo. Okay, that's interesting. Those acropolises early on, very good adjacency. He did put down entertainment complexes next to his acropolises, so he has the double card also in there. Moksha giving him in the capital. The books are extremely important. Just the books, I think, give him like half of this, or not half, around 100 coming up.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's what, 4 a book or something?
Yeah, it's crazy. One question I had is, could we see a sort of dodge victory, something like a diplomatic win? Has anybody built a Patala Palace? You know, could we see an early...
Good question.
What's the name of that? God damn.
So Diplo victory is activated. I think in the 4v4s you should have Diplo victory activated. I don't see a reason why not. Statue of Liberty is a bit early. I think only Noob can actually build it. You do get it at civil engineering. It's quite late in the tree. It's let's see, over here, right? Civil engineering.
There it is. Yeah, I'm curious if we might see stuff like that. It does look like Eleanor is moving her fleets across the ocean towards Australia and England.
Yeah, we got Ural Fish moving. And
that's a lot of rebuilds from Synth.
Has been staying here with her settler for some time now. I'm not sure what she is waiting for. She's going for mass production, diplomatic service, and from what I can see, she keeps on building these galleys. That's good. I mean, she's going to have a lot of galleys to work with. They do have the goal to upgrade her, and she does have mercenaries. She's on 100 science. Now, again, good strategies from her, but looking at what's going on here, we might actually see England, Eleanor managed to snatch that settler before she actually manages to settle it. I think she was trying to go for a city over here on the right style and get a connection, a way to upgrade her boats on the way towards England instead of...
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Or the settler is being used like a fortress, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Units.
But
interesting.
It might backfire because Ural Fish is not staying in his own territory. He's actually pushing out.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of a misprediction, miscommunication. That settler might be captured and used against Synth. That's actually what I kind of expect to happen here. Is she even going? What's up?
One other little detail here. Noob64 has been in double Pembratian and Voices, so he's getting a lot of culture from those districts as well. We do have Pupu Mestari in a monumentality for 2 eras, so he keeps on simming, he keeps on expanding here. Doesn't have the extra culture coming up from those, but he did manage to arrive at 88 culture and 61 science.
I mean, 88 culture is a huge amount for this era of the game. Only really Greece can get higher than that.
The biggest thing here is Tadrak not actually getting big, not actually getting a lot of cities, and this is quite disturbing. Neither did Eleanor. Ural Fish stopped simming at some point, and this is gonna hurt them a lot in the next 40 turns, because their opponents are just getting so many other cities, and yes, they might be on the same power level, but then in the next part of the game, when those extra cities start to be fruitful, that's just gonna be way too much for them to handle.
Yeah, it's genuinely surprising to see how few cities there are considering how much open land there is, some people staying on 5 cities. It really doesn't feel like 5 cities cuts the mustard anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's especially on these big maps like Seven Seas, Highlands. It just doesn't. You need to go wide. Like Greece, like the biggest example is Greece. Look at him go. He always has somewhere a settler going somewhere. Look, even now he has a settler going somewhere. He has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cities, and he's still expanding.
Yeah, I mean, it just really does feel like the more cities you can get, the better your empire is. So I would love to know what these players are thinking when they decide to keep their empires, not small, but they stop expanding. What is the decision? Is it a decision of necessity, like you just don't have the production, you just don't have the time? Like, what's happening there?
It's a very good question. Sometimes land quality makes the choice for you, as in you just don't have where to settle because of land. But I don't think this was the choice here. It was a bit awkward, for example, even for China to go for these other cities, but now he got them. I think the same could have been happening for Phoenicia, even if he got a few land cities, it still should have gone for them, especially in the south, especially on the northwestern coast and so on. Like every little bit of land that he could settle, he should have settled. One extra
I think
coast
Dido,
it's massive, and you build the coast on half coast.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm quite surprised. Like Dido, especially Dido, to me is a civ that is just like, how many settlers can I get away with? Like that's her number one question. She just loves building a massive empire.
Yeah. We do have Tatrak in a free inquiry golden age. Uralfish did go dark age, and he might actually use his dark age. The settler.
Oh no, the settler is exposed.
Yeah, she's
Do you
gonna
think this is a
shift
sacrifice?
enter. No, she's gonna shift enter it away. I'm actually curious if Uralfish is gonna get there faster, but it looks like he's trying. He's trying to shift enter there. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah, there we go. Okay, too late.
Very, very fast reaction.
Oh, got it.
Oh,
Got the settler. Okay.
Unlucky timing for Synth.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, she's 4 turns away from cartography? No, sorry. She's researched it.
This is her being again a bit complacent and too confident about her opponents, about their advantage against their opponents. Uralfish here, it doesn't look like he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's preparing for this 2 versus 1. He got those caravels. He has pre-builds coming up for the frigates. It's just a matter of being outmatched over here in the science and in the culture, because Australia being Australia. Let's just look at Australia go. Australia will have submarines in the water soon.
Yes, for sure. But I mean, is it too little too late? I mean, look at all those juicy trade routes that are just wide open for those English caravels to sweep through and eat up. Yeah, it does feel like this is just a little bit of complacency, that they just did not respect their opponent, that they were a few turns behind where they thought they would be.
Yep. I do have to point out, I did say about privateers going into those submarines. It's gonna take a long time to get submarines here. Don't expect them in the next 10 to 15 turns. It was funny for me to say. It felt funny for me to say that privateers are still gonna be amazing. They do deal a significant amount of damage from afar, and you can't really see them. That's quite an advantage. And this is, by the looks of it, we do have exactly what you are saying. Pulp is trying to get ranged units, and we do have a synth going for the melee, for the caravels.
Yeah, I thought that might be an interesting thing to do. One player rushes one type of unit, another player rushes another, and it seems like they had similar ideas. Although I wonder if this is Pulp just picking a unit that is very good at fighting above its weight class, because of this massive swarm of caravels that are on the way.
Yeah. Well, Uralfish needs to get those boats back, though. Definitely needs to get those boats back. Oh, we got a raid here. Papa Chillin just joined the stream. We do need to give a big shout out to this guy. Papa Chillin yesterday was the one defending with Kree in that corner against the massive armies of Mamaleto, of Ottomans. Man, thank you so much. Was quite a game yesterday. Quite a game yesterday.
Yeah, Papa Chillin, you did an amazing off those Janissaries for so long. I was genuinely worried for you kind of early in the game, but then you turned it around and I was like, oh, okay, I'm really, really enjoying your play. So thank you so much for letting us watch you play yesterday.
And now we do see the two English fleets have started bonking each other. Ural Fish over here will need to get the defense on that settler and then move it back. We do have Synth trying to poke a little bit at the English caravels. She did not manage to take one down, and it looks like that one didn't get enough promotions. She's missing 1 point, oh my god, of experience to get a promotion.
Yep, that's incredibly awkward. Incredibly awkward. And Synth seems to be defending this quite well. Not many trade routes are exposed. She does have what looks to be a caravel fleet that is going to make her life a little bit easier over here as well.
Yeah, but the science though on Pulp is just wow. Okay, it's starting to run away with production as well, getting those shipyards in the harbors. We got 3 of them at the count being built, 4 of them actually being built. Can't really use Sydney to get out units though. This is a bit awkward, but it is what it is. We do have,
it's always unfortunate when you don't have really good coastal cities, but you still have like lots of cities with harbors and stuff like that. It can be annoying.
I really like, by the way, Pupu Mustari just got 212 production, 172 faith. He did go for over 100 of culture, 118, and he's on 81 science. Starting to get more campuses going. Started to get that production going from his industrial zone, +9 in the city of Montreal, and Ottawa is gonna get another one over here at +6. And so
incredible.
He's also setting up that industrialization. The factory will give bonuses to all of the cities around this in 6 tiles away. That's going to be massive. The biggest thing is just Noob 64. Like I watched that. Okay, so Pupu Mestari got a bit of production, and then boom, I watched Noob 64 and he's on 476 culture. Man, this is just
oh my god, that is insanity.
Is there a retirability over here? Like when you see these numbers, what are you gonna do? Just you retire.
I know what I would do. I would just Alt F4 out of the game and go back to bed, dude. I'm done. If I'm playing against a Greece that has 500 culture and turns 60, I'm out.
Oh
my god!
Well, that's exactly what's going on, right? You see those numbers, like how am I gonna get the culture victory?
Now that right there, that's the clip you should post to Reddit. That's one.
Oh my god. Yeah. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Anyway, so we do have Zone of Control managing to get the victory over Suomi with an unbelievable culture coming up from...
I know what I would do. I would just Alt F4.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Unbelievable defense coming up from the... can we actually go and talk with them? Let me actually see if we can jump in a channel there.
Hell yeah, let's go jump in. Let's do it. Let's have a chat with the teams.
Yeah. Let's see what are they? Are they in the same channel? Let me pull them in the same channel. Okay. Let's go for
if you guys are wondering, one of the teams surrendered. That's why the game is over.
Yes. GG, well played.
GG. Do you see 800 culture?
Man, we were waiting for that 1,000 culture mark, and with such a low start as well. No, what did you do, bro?
What did I do? I went for the Artemis achievement as well. I went Artemis first.
So you sacrificed all of that early game to go for that achievement, okay? But that was massive, but at the same time, didn't it cost you quite a bit?
Oh, thank you for pulling me in. I couldn't
find
the channel.
Okay.
Not great.
I pulled the potato with us in the channel here.
How's it going, guys? That was a fantastic game.
Pause when you're finished. Noob.
I mean, I guess it doesn't count, right? I have 872.
I think there was a window they could have punished you for that, but they were focused on naval, which is lucky for you.
872 culture, potato. You know what was funny? In the seconds we were saying that, we just I was asking Potato what is he gonna do, and then they CC'd.
Mr. Noob, how 800 culture?
Oh. You tell me.
You have like 10 projects running, or what the fuck?
I mean, yes.
I mean, at least we waited for 1060 for your or the thingy. I suppose that's in the lead.
Guess it doesn't count. You guys left one turn before.
Did we?
Wait,
No, it's I don't know.
It's
1060.
turn, we
It's
left turn
unclear.
60, right?
Okay, you're still in the game, so it counts, right? You're playing a 1v4.
Yes.
I
I'm
mean,
in
It's,
trying to give it to you.
Same turn.
Same turn, okay.
yeah, there's no, yeah. I think it counts. Should count, right?
Big question. Did you consider going for the caravel attack, or you just decided from the get-go to not go for any kind of caravel, pulp, and synth?
I try to do the achievement too on caravels and with the admiral.
Okay.
I did for turn 46. I don't know what about the rest. So I just I mean the goal was to make them use gold and take caravels, and then let time to synth to pre-build a lot.
Yep.
When it's 2v2 on naval, it's the best to do.
Yeah.
Interesting,
First-
because I thought you had made a mistake in revealing that you only had 3 caravels, but you were just buying time. Interesting. That's way smarter than what I thought you were doing.
She was trying to get to bait them into upgrading before they were ready and buy me like 5 or 6 more turns of sim/pre-build time.
Okay, that's like a huge brain play. I super respect that. That was really, really well played because it worked pretty well, I would say.
I think I was definitely a few turns behind in the pre-build, but I was having a very, very lazy game. Sorry, Paul.
Oh, it's fine. And we got admirals.
I mean,
Good
lucky for you.
admirals.
Lucky for you, we played like shit, so couldn't punish.
Yeah, how do you...
I was like, I want any admiral, I'm fine. And I open the great person and I see Rajendra. So okay, nice.
Yeah,
Why
maybe some
so
mistake
few
have been
cities
made.
though? Suomi, why so few cities?
I mean, we don't have land. We are on, basically on an island.
Oh, you have land. What do you mean? Have you seen noob cities?
No, we don't see a single city from here.
You just settle cities for the sake of getting acropolises. Then non-fresh
I mean-
water, a lot of them, you know, not great.
Yeah, but that's... Yeah, I mean, he's playing for the high culture number, so...
Yeah. I was quite surprised. Oh, I guess Kublai did have a problem because you needed shipbuilding to expand, but I didn't know why Phoenicia stayed on Fuse and Eleanor.
I mean, I guess Eleanor had to go for the caravel fight, so he doesn't just die.
Yeah.
Was Kublai connected to our sea?
No,
No, right?
no, I'm on a puddle here.
Yeah, I see.
Same with
Yeah.
Phoenicia. Only 3 cities on that coast.
I mean, there's a canal possibility to connect to more, but that's later on.
Game.
Hmm.
You know, the game was already over. I don't
Yeah.
like we don't have any win condition here. Like, just not enough science, and I missed the fucking golden on the slot order.
Oh,
Wait,
you got screwed on the Hanging Gardens, was it?
Hanging Gardens, I would have gotten theater on that, and then I could have made the walls and everything. I would have gotten enough points, but losing 7 points to slot order kind of fucked me up.
That's
Who
rough.
screwed you? Who did it?
Did you consider asking for a technical with Canberra
Route?
getting that?
Yes,
Okay.
but
What was the?
we had got the opportunity on Noob to do the achievement, and the spawn overall was good.
Okay. Canada
So-
spawn, by the way, was amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that so much potential late game, but just Pericles, no, just went crazy. Like a thousand culture coming up over here.
Yes,
What
I
is
mean, I was the only one who was still willing to play, but I got silenced.
Yeah.
But I guess 800 culture to the 60 is a bit much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is absurdity. Like,
Yeah, but how much does Noob have production? Like, is he really low on production?
Nothing.
No, his cities are
Nothing.
shit. Hey, you guys could have easily rolled him at any point in this game, I think.
Yeah.
from the observer seat, he was like roughly on par with Canada, maybe like 30-40 production behind.
Yeah, well, that's quite a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
Canada did have the faith. If you start adding up the faith,
That's true. Yeah,
Canada
you add the
was
faith in,
way-
that starts getting crazy.
Yep. Well, GG, well played. Was an awesome game to watch over here. So many achievements you got this game. Very nice, very nice.
And at least it wasn't a scrap fest like the other cast you did.
Oh my god, yes. This
I
was
mean, we had a
fluid,
few-
this was nice.
Few real lobbies due to the remaps, but otherwise pretty smooth.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, yesterday's game went so long and was so difficult, I took a fucking nap, okay? That's how bad.
It was the Iron Man?
It was
Yeah,
rough.
the Iron Man. But it
I mean,
was,
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that was like the best game yesterday. If it went to the late game, it would have been explosive, amazing, with so many good players in the game. But then, unfortunate with the disconnects. It was-
Yeah, once the re-lobby was called around like 6 hours in, or maybe it was 5 hours in, then it was this re-lobby simulator for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, one player disconnected and then everything messed up. He even disconnected manually, and everything got messed up. Oh well.
Yeah, because his hotkeys didn't work or something, and then that started it all.
Yeah.
Yep.
The next Ironmans, I understand they're gonna be six-man players. They're not
Yeah,
gonna go
that's
12
in-
anymore.
Yeah, it's in 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we could catch one of those. What do you think, Potato?
Yeah, sure, we could catch. What is it? A six-man free-for-all Ironman,
Yeah, but wait.
or just a regular free-for-all?
You said it's in 20 minutes? It's not in 20 minutes. It's actually in 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's the 2v2 round that's coming up in 20 minutes.
Wait, yeah, oh yeah. I
Yeah.
was just thinking about, sorry, sleep deprivation is kind of bad.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, this is a
You
hard
are
weekend
forgiven.
for a lot of us.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Michael, I'm happy to catch whatever game you want to catch. Just let me know.
I mean, I guess we're gonna need to wait anyway for any game, so we could just come back in a few hours and get something to eat in the meantime.
Yeah, that sounds great. I got lunch right before we casted. I made that mistake yesterday of not having food in my belly. I was sitting there waiting for my lunch for the first 2 hours of the cast because, for whatever reason, the restaurant I ordered from was like super busy, so it took a long time to get here.
So I guess I did say yesterday. Let's ask the stream. Let's ask everybody on the stream. We can get a 2v2 going, and then of course we can maybe see when we end up with a 2v2 and see what kind of games we have. Should we wait for the Ironman that is gonna be explosive in 2 hours, or should we go now in 20 minutes for a 2v2? That's the question.
I mean, if you ask the people, they're always going to ask you for more content and say you should just jump right into a game. Oh wait,
I don't know. My stream is saying wait for Iron Man, and they're saying one. Yeah, potato, yeah.
Listen, I need to practice before I 1v1. Okay, I need to get coached by the best.
Okay, my stream is actually saying Iron Man. They want the Iron Man.
Yeah, okay, we'll wait for the Iron Man.
Wait for what's your stream saying? The same or different?
Don't worry, my stream is done. They're saying 2v2, but they don't know
okay,
shit.
we'll wait for
Okay.
the Okay. Do the 2v2, 2v2.
Thank you guys so much for playing a really cool game. It was fun to watch you guys.
GG, thank you.
GG, well played.
GG.
Yes.
What do you think, Michael? I don't mind.
I'm actually, yeah, I don't know what to say, because Potato stream on one side, your stream is saying 2v2, my stream is saying Iron Man. I'm, I don't know what to do.
I trust your stream. My stream doesn't know the Civ multiplayer scene very well. Your stream does, so I trust your your stream.
I would I would actually go for 2v2 as well. If
You want to do
if
2v2?
Yeah, I want to do a 2v2 as well, and mostly because I don't want to stop the stream, and second, it's the third type of content that we could get out there, and I think the 2v2s are actually quite competitive. It's much harder than the 4v4 and quite different than FFA, so I think it's a good way to show them.
Hoggers, dude. All right then, we will take a short break and we'll be back for the 2v2.